no!
What is up, everybody? Alright, so it's GUDAGUDA time. Let's just get to the goods here. They did not add Maxwell's Demon, they did not add Shimbata, and then surprising me, they did not add the pink-haired guy. Also, the event right now has one stage. Like, there's one main story stage. So that's a thing, although I guess it's kind of better than the typical opening stages. Okay, here, let me turn the music down. Oh, it's because my volume thing isn't working. Excuse me, it happens sometimes. Yeah, I had adjusted it because I was like, oh, this is a little loud, and nothing happened, and it's because it wasn't working. Thank you for the sub, clearly not a sloth? Is that what that is? Clearly not a sloth? I think I got it. Fucking capital letters, people! But thank you, I appreciate it. And yeah, it's a point ladder, yada yada yada. So I just like to... Okay, chat, I have to rant about this for a moment. Like, before we get to the event and any of this stuff. I absolutely hate the way they did 3 stars in the coin system, right? Because... Okay, if they add a new 3-star into the game, like Jufu, right, it is very easy to justify using some SQ to try to get it, right? Because you don't have it yet, and then you get coins as you get them. So maybe you can get a passive or something, right? So, fucking Mori, right? I already had him in P5, right? I've already put a lot of effort into getting him, right? And then I don't get any coins for that. So I essentially have NP0 when it comes to coins. But then, like, rolling on him is so much less worth it because I already have him, right? And then they rated him up last year and I used a bunch of SQ and I only got 2 copies. So I have, like, no fucking coins. I did the math. I would have to get 10 more copies of Mori in order to 120 him. And that's without getting any more passives. Right? I'd have to get 10 more fucking copies. That's absurd, right? And if I'd actually gotten the coins for the original NP5 Mori that I had, I'd only need 5 copies. And although that still stings, that's not that bad, right? But needing 10 goddamn copies when I already have them at Bond 10, etc., that's fucking bullshit, right? When someone that doesn't even have Mori can just roll for NP5, right? Because they don't have them at all, and they get a bunch of coins, right? It's so bullshit, and like, it's so, like, the value on rolling on Mori for like my main account is really bad. Like, my main account right now has 670 SQ, right? So if I wanted a chance at getting him like NP10, I'd probably have to use all of it, right? And that's horrible, right? That's terrible value, especially because I already have him NP5. Right, so I've said this a million times, but they should have given us the coins for 3 stars up to NP5, right? Because a lot of people would have like NP, 37 coup or whatever when the coin system hit. So, don't give them all of those, but like give you at least up to NP5 because it has uniquely screwed over Izo and like Mori especially. But even Asclepius, right? Because like my new account, right? Like the Bazette account that we're just now playing, it's already got Asclepius' second passive, right? Because it could justify rolling for Asclepius because it didn't have Asclepius, right? And so by going to get him, I just got the coins to get his passive, right? And his second passive is very, very useful. My main account, which has more copies of Asclepius than my ult account does, cannot get the second passive, right? Just because I didn't get any of the coins. Like, why? Anyway, back on to GUDAGUDA. I would just like to point out, though, that they did what I said they were going to do with, like, adding a bunch of new characters and, like maybe one of the NPCs, and then they were going to add more NPCs than they actually made playable, which they did. They've added, like, 3 or 4 NPCs in this event, and they only made one of them playable. Also, no hate for the people that like this character, but I feel like out of all the NPCs, this was one of the least requested ones, and he hasn't been in the game nearly as long as some of the other ones. And we still don't have any of those. However, I am truly surprised they did not add the pink-haired guy because he's so popular, but I think they are going to add him eventually. I think the reason they didn't was because he was so recent, I guess, and he figured people would be like, oh, he didn't earn it or something, but yeah, can we get Maxwell's Demon, Shimbata, you know, all that stuff? And yeah, they added 2, there's another waifu, right, it's the welfare, they're going to be forgotten about in, you know, a month, you know, whatever. Like, I can just tell these are not the kind of characters that are really going to catch on. Yeah, I really wish they'd get, you know, adding some of these NPCs. But maybe down the road when they've got more, you know, animators and stuff. We'll see. But yeah, Shimbata is the big samurai guy. I really want him. Okay, well we could show off one of the NPCs here that's not going to be playable, by the way. And if he is, they'll probably, like, change him, because the animations he has right now I don't think are playable animations, and like maybe he will be playable, but he won't be in his beast form or something. Because people do think there might be a part 2 banner, and there really could be, and so maybe we will get another character or 2. I'm just gonna skip all this bit. But yeah, we'll try to show off the new characters. If you have any of the new characters, please let me know, and I'll try to get you added, and we'll try to, you know, test them against the dragon or Gwaine or something, because I have an account at Gwaine, so we could use that. Okay, let's fight this with Lion King. This is a Saber fight. Do I have a solo page? I do. Where's my sound? There it is, okay, it's just kind of low. Alright, what does the Herc account have here? I guess that's fine. Go with default, I think. So, even if there is a part 2 banner, I don't think Maxwell's Demon is going to be in it. I don't think he's going to be in this GUDAGUDA event. Yeah, I will say the welfare is pretty boring to me as well. Gameplay-wise, they're just completely useless. Outside of just being a ruler, right? If you don't have a ruler, it's always nice to have one, so there's that, but gameplay-wise, she seems pretty pointless. I mean, I guess you could do, like, synergy with, you know, what's his name? Limbo, you know, Doorman, and, Salami Sandwich, you know? You can do curse stuff. But yeah, I don't think, yeah, I don't think Maxwell's Demon is going to be in this one, so... I mean, you never know, they do weird shit sometimes, but... Alright, we'll try to let this guy do his animations, but we also need to kill him. Because, you know, he's a Saber and we're a Lancer. Actually, yeah, no, we'll punch him in the face. Far as I'm aware, he has a skill animation, a crit animation, and a regular attack animation. And he has an NP, but he can't use it here. But data mines show that his NP is, like, NP seal, skill seal. Do I NP right now? If I could Rainbow Chain, absolutely. I think I do. I think I Charisma, and I don't do my first skill. I don't know if this guy has any alignment. If he does, I doubt she's gonna get her niche, but you never know. Yeah, it's Blythe from Elden Ring. It's kind of an obvious comparison, but it's a fair one, I would say. Yeah, I really don't think these were great picks for the event. You know, they can do whatever they want, it's their game, but... Yeah, I would have liked this guy, honestly. Wait. What? Did I not taunt? Oops. So, you might wonder why his crit did so little damage, and it's because that's an AoE attack, so it has an AoE multiplier on it. Alright, well, let's see what kind of damage we can do here. If we get our niche, we'll actually fuck him up, but I kind of doubt that we'll get it. We might actually die here. I probably should have evaded. I think we're gonna have to try this again. I think she can beat it, I just need to be a little bit more on the ball. Yeah, I probably would have rolled on the wolf guy. And some people think he might be rated up next, and maybe, but his animations don't give me much hope for that. But they could be trying to trick us, and they've done that before. They like hide the animations and stuff. Hey, Chaos. And that was pretty decent damage for being AoE, I tell you what. I didn't look if we got our niche or not. Please stop critting me though. Like that animation quality just screams NPC. Okay, hold on. Let me reset because we clearly are going to lose now, but if I play better, I think we can prevent that. I don't know though, I'm not sure she can finish him off because she's got no gas left after that. Yeah, I hate point ladders too. Yeah, and like the CGI on his weapon looks really bad.
Emotional damage.
Lost just going oh, I see what you're doing, Lost. You're comboing with your stupid emote. Okay, very fancy. Did the game crash? I think the game crashed. Hold on. I've heard the stability of the game is really bad right now since this patch. I believe it.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
You know, I hate to say this, chat, but I might remove that voice line because no one has ever used it at a good time ever, and it's kind of, you know, annoying, so that one might get nuked. So I'm assuming this character is like Himiko's sister or something because she looks so similar. Assuming that's the thing. I haven't actually looked into it, but close enough. Niece or something? Descendant? Okay, yeah, I figured it was something like that.
Very good.
Alright. Can do Anniversary Blonde and try to crit when I'm on my... Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. The Herc account may not be like that developed, but it has some command codes, so let's see what I can do here.
Yeah, いらっしゃいだね、マスター君。地道にコツコツやる？それとも
I really wish there was a way I could make it so people did not use voice lines just randomly because it's just obnoxious. But it's like... They're really nice when people use them correctly. And the only way I can incentivize that is making them really expensive, but it doesn't... Like, some people have like 1 million channel points. So there's like, eventually it'll stop, but it'll take a while. But I might just like remove a lot of them and put them on, because like they're on cooldown, but there's so many, like people just like click something at random. I do not have a lot of these. I'll have to see if I can buy them from the shop. I haven't been on the Herc account in a while. Holy shit, the Herc account doesn't have any QP. Also, why does it cost a fucking million for 5 stars? Let's see. It's been quite a while since I've played this account. I don't really plan on playing it much for the event, but I've already done the event stage on my main and my regular ult, so I figured we'd play this a little bit just for that. But tomorrow, I'll probably just use my ult account for whatever event stage there is. They might have some good event stages, and the GUDAGUDA events have had good ones, historically. Okay. Alright, we have 20% crit damage, anti-male. Okay, I know he's male, and that does work. I tested that on my main. Okay, 20% crit damage is alright. We got 25%. I'm surprised this account has that. How does this account have that? What? Was that part of like the Liz collage event where they like did all the Liz events again all at once? I can't imagine how this account would have that otherwise. Because it really hasn't played that many events, and that's a pretty old command code. Could put that on art. Oh, another burn command code? That's always nice. We've got quite a few of those now. I think we have 4, I think. Could just do the generic crit damage here. Alright, this will be good enough for now. Yeah, Yang CE eating good. I haven't actually looked at all the command codes. Let me do that right now. And then once we beat this wolf guy, we'll use the new units and such. I'll jump on my main account for that though. Or my ults. Depending on what boss we want to fight. Might go to Lobo. Lobo is a really good testing ground, although he's kind of obnoxious with the evade, but... Okay, let's see. What are the command codes? I can find them. Oh, great. Sometimes the wiki will just list all of the new command codes, but I don't think they do that on this page. You have to, like, find them on the point ladder, which I am not going to do right now. Why is the wiki so fucking inconsistent? Like, sometimes they'll literally just put all the command codes on, like, on the front page for, like, event info. And it's nice and clear, but they're not doing that. So I'm not gonna sort through, like, a million point ladder tabs to find the 3 different command codes. Burn plus crit. That's kind of weird because we already have burn plus crit. Oh, I see. They have a sub-tab. That's super dumb. God, like, the wiki is such a mess, dude. Alright, so it is... Removes 1 debuff, increase max HP by 100 for 1 turn. That's really pointless. That is so pointless. And, like, yeah, it's nice to have another... Okay, look, this is exactly what I'm talking about. That 3-star command code is, like, exactly what they need to not do. Because what they should do, because what I know what they're doing. They're all like, okay, you know, we need to make sure, you know, fairly regularly we give out an anti-dot command code, right? We want to make sure people have that. So if you play the game for a year, you're definitely going to have an anti-dot command code and stuff, right? Just like how they give out a Star Bomb Craft Essence every year for like summer, and they give out like 3 or so 50% starting NP Craft Essences with like a damage up side effect. You know, they always do that. The thing is, there's no point in making these side grades that are irrelevant. Who cares if you give max HP 100 or heal for 100 or make 1 crit star? Like, that's so weak, no one gives a shit. So just give out the same command code again, and then if you have multiple of the same command code, just have it X1, X2, X3 in a stack, right? So it's not inventory hell. Like, there's no reason to just keep diluting the command codes like this. So now our UI just has a billion pictures in it, and you can't recognize anything, and it makes, like, am I the only one that feels this way? I'm like, if you have been playing the game for a long time, and you have all the command codes, it's nuts. It's like there's a billion fucking command codes, and a lot of them do the same fucking thing, and like whatever side effect you have is useless. So it's like, who gives a shit? Like, just add literally the same command code if it's gonna be that generic, right? When you have an idea for like a side effect that's gonna be meaningful, then sure, make a new command code. But I'm tired of them just adding something just to add it, right? It's completely useless and it just makes clutter. So yeah, dot removal and baby heal, it basically does nothing. The 5-star one is inflict burn for 3 turns, and then the card gets 15% crit. That's really good. The crit burn one we have now is like 5% crit. So that's really good. And And then another mirror grants immunity to skill seal, NP seal, card seal. I wonder, hold on, the wiki words this weirdly. I wonder if that is incapacitate, anti-incapacitate. Let me look. I don't know. We might have to test it because the wiki is saying it's just NP seal, skill seal, and then card seal. Where like anti-incapacitate is anti-card seal, but not NP seal and skill seal, but then also stun, charm, yada yada. So I suspect that's a different effect. That's pretty good. Hi, Cairo. If what the wiki says is true, which it isn't always, but if what the wiki says is true, that's pretty good. Because like there are bosses that will like NP seal you or skill seal you every turn, and being able to just slap that on your character, that's a big help actually. That's a very worthwhile getting one. Actually, that's so good that I might have to do this on a lot of old accounts. Nice try, Cairo. All right, well let's go fight Wolf Boy here, and then we'll go use the new units and stuff.
Emotional damage.
Hey, Arjuna. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Office No Scream though and emotional damage are going to get removed because they're just never used well. And they're kind of loud and annoying, and people just always use them completely randomly, so those two are probably going to die. Really, I think the less we have, the better, because the less we have, the like more they're going to be on cooldown, which means people can't just use them whenever. Either that or I have to make them more expensive, right? I could just do that, and then when people finally get low on points, then I can make them slightly less expensive. But that's probably what I should do, is make them really fucking expensive. Okay. Yeah, it does suck though, because like inflation only affects the people that have been watching the stream for a long time, right? It doesn't affect. Okay, I'm gonna reset because these were just the worst opening hands. And this is gonna be really hard for her. Tax the rich, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, when people just start spamming them like this, I'm like, I'm just gonna turn them off. It's like, you're not using them for any reason. Like, if you're just using it to use it, that's fucking pointless. But yeah, the whole problem is, it's like, there's some people that literally have millions of channel points, and there's other people that, you know, if you make it like 10k, that is expensive for them, and they can only do it like once every few streams. Like literally, normally you get like maybe 1,000 channel points from a stream, depending on like how long the stream is and like how much you're in chat and stuff. But so you're getting like 1,000 to 2,000 channel points per stream. If one voice line costs, you know, 10,000, you're not going to be able to use it very often. But the thing is, there's people with millions of channel points, so that's like nothing to them. Alright, hold on 1 minute. Okay. What we're gonna do is just boost the price on some of the annoying ones. So hopefully they get used significantly less. Okay, the Office one I'm like gonna skyrocket to an absurd amount because, again, I've never once heard that used a good way. Alright, back to business. Oh god, we need a better opening hand than this. Like, she really needs to get, like her art card or something, I think. We'll do that. All right. Try and get our NP no matter what to go for damage. Hey, this won't work though. You basically have to get your R card on turn 1, I think. If she wants to have a chance of doing this. Oh great, he did the fucking crit, which is AoE, so we got hit anyways. Well, let's see if we get our niche. They don't NP, so might as well evade now. Good rainbow chain, actually, but now, while we got Buster up, we gotta use it. Okay, we're not getting our niche, but you see the special damage icons. I kind of suspect he doesn't have alignment. I know he's got like male, king, things like that. He's not a servant, but I suspect he doesn't have alignment. Even if they make this guy playable, I bet you he'll be in a different form. Like, it won't be this character model and stuff. Wow, she just cannot catch a break, man. Look at this shit, 97%. God damn it. I want to do the star bomb or the higher crit now. Probably the higher crit now. I cannot pronounce his name. It's a complete mouthful. In this fight though, he's just called like Beast Head Monster or something like that. I guess we don't have Buster up anymore, so I think we Rainbow. Yeah, she gonna die. She gonna fucking die. I think she might be able to win if you get your art card on turn 1 and then you get like a lucky Buster crit. If that happens, I think she wins, but that makes it a very unreliable.
Trust me, you're not that guy.
Chat, you know what I might have to do? I might just have to turn voice off unless I'm playing like Arc Knights, because I've noticed my Arc Knights community is way more responsible with the voice lines. Where my FGO people just randomly spam them for no fucking reason, and it's just super obnoxious. So I might just have to kill them when we're streaming FGO. Like, literally, no matter how expensive I make them, people will just use them for no fucking reason. Because they think it's so funny. Alright. We'll try one more time, but it's obvious that she has, like, no chance here without just getting crazy good RNG, so I think she's about donezo. We could try Anniversary Blonde real quick just to see if that kind of burst damage really pushes in our favor. Hey, it's not my fault everyone uses them so badly, so I'm not, because like, the thing is that affects all the other viewers, right? A lot of viewers don't want to listen to these random bullshit sound effects for no reason, so it makes the stream worse. Oh my god, can we get a good opening hand just one time? I just want to see what happens. Like, obviously, if she needs it, then that's not, you know, good for her success rate, but I just want to see her get, like, not that kind of opening hand, for God's sakes. I think it's not Fun Police, it's protecting the rest of my fucking community because they don't want to listen to this crap. I mean, they're completely fine when people just use them responsibly, right? Like, when people use them relative to what's actually happening in the stream, then it's no problem. Well, this is still a fucking terrible hand, so better than what we got last time, though. I'm pretty sure she has to get her art card on turn 1, that's the only way. Well, that's a good hand, though. Also, that will give me some stars, so I might be able to crit on my NP turn here. There is a cooldown on them. I don't know why people bring that up all the time. Like, there is a cooldown on them. The thing is, there's so many of them that they just use a different one. There's no way to give a global cooldown. And a global cooldown would be kind of bad anyway. But that's why I was saying I probably need to just remove a bunch of them. That way they just can't be used very often. And you know, you'd think when something costs 60,000 channel points that would stop people from using it, but on the other side, I kind of am happy about it though, because it is making people waste a lot of channel points, so there is that. Wow, look at this shit, chat. Look at this. Like literally, look at this shit. The only cards we care about are the Buster cards, and look at this crit spread. Like, fucking really. Like, that's the fucking crit spread here. So now, even if I use this, like, the odds of them critting are still pretty bad. Okay, that one got super lucky. Look at this, 100, 180. Look, like, that's so fucking bullshit. We're only missing 7 crit stars, right? And 5 of the 7 missing ones are on this Buster, then 2 are on the art. But that's pretty bad luck right there. Jesus Christ. Well, hopefully we just win the 50-50. Just win the coin flip. No, I'm not gonna use a quick card. Like, that would lower my damage so fucking much. Like, are you fucking kidding me? We have 2 Buster ups. So I'd give up a Buster chain, and then not do a Buster card, and then if we don't Rainbow, then it's like, that's so bad. There's no world where you use any card other than Buster on that turn. And we can't NP. Okay, so I really do think if she got outrageously lucky, I really do think she could beat this. But you have to get so lucky. You have to get your art card on turn 1 so you can NP immediately, and then like use your third skill to then double NP, and then you have to double Buster crit. And then you need them to not actually do a bunch of damage to you so you could like delay Guts. But I think it on a very good run, I think it's possible. But her win rate is like gonna be like 5% or something like that. Well, I don't think Merlin would be good there because, how do I explain this? We NP'd a second time after that like first one, and it wouldn't have mattered if it was on that turn or the turn after, right? And we're not gonna live long enough to get a third one. The thing is, if you got it on turn 2, like if you got your NP immediately because you got your R card at the start, you might get a third NP then. Yeah, I mean, she's only 67k off, and it'd be closer by a good bit if we had crit. So I think she actually can beat it. Although I don't know, she'd have to beat it and still have enough gas left to kill the mobs. So that's tough. Okay, what's another Lancer we want to give a go to here? Because I don't. It doesn't have to be on this account. I can just summon somebody. Did you try Baldy, Cairo? Because if not, I'll give it a go. I'm not sure I've got you added on this account though, but I can get you added. Yeah, I think he could do it. I think he could do it. I think it may not be a high win rate though, but I think it might be like 50-50. The main issue is we might actually die to the enemies after the boss dies. Like, if you exhaust everything, I think you can kill him, but I'm not sure you'll have enough left to win. Let me select command codes. Alright, hold up, let me see if you're added, because I feel like you're not. Might have to nuke some people here. Okay, these are just my invites, let's see. Ziggy is here, so I'll keep that one on there. Zerp's not around right now. Not really playing up Go these days. Oh no, we do have Cairo added, okay. Oh, I'm sure Percival would do better than Lancer Artoria. Although he would really struggle to ever kill the main guy. Like, he just wouldn't do any damage. He might be able to do it, though. But it would take him a very long time to kill the wolf. Like, he just generic AoE with no special, like, oomph. Slot healing? Okay, yeah, we'll do default. Oh boy, we got that MLB K-scope. Let me know when the command codes are done. Let me, while Cairo's doing that, just because, you know, chat, what lance do you think I'm gonna use, chat? Oh, I wonder. I'm having to play through OBS right now, so it's really hard. The screen is so small for me because I'm not putting it on my monitor right now. Pyramid. Actually, that's a good idea. If Max is here, I'll absolutely use Pyramid. Actually, that I want to see. Cairo's Baldy is higher level than my coup. I am fucking mad. And my coup is Bond 15, right? I think Cairo's Baldy's like Bond 10 or something. Are you Bond 11? I don't know. I could see you being Bond 11. It's so fucking bullshit, dude. It's more than Bond 10? Yeah, I mean, what is it though? I'm curious if like you actually have been trying to get it or not. Bond 11? Okay. God, I might have to put this on my monitor so I can actually see. This is so hard to play through OBS. Alright, let's see here. Command card! Alright. And like the mouse speed is like really off. Okay, honestly, Ku is probably gonna have such an easy time. I don't think he even needs command codes, but we're giving everyone else command codes, so just to be fair, we'll give it to Ku as well. Do Star Bomb, although I don't... With the way this fight is, you might just want, like, flat damage or something. They don't have any defense ups. I think the side mobs count as male as well, not just the boss, so the anti-male one's really good then. This one can really just be whatever. I could do crit down or something. Not servants. Got king. You know, I really don't think it's gonna matter, so I'm just gonna do the flat damage. Besides, that ignores counterclass. So I like how there's a command code that blocks NP seal and skill seal, and they data mine that this wolf guy's NP does skill seal and NP seal, so it's kind of funny. We're countering them. Alright. Baldy slotted with his CCs? Okay, it should just update it automatically. So does anyone have the new GUDAGUDA units? Because we'll have to try them out in a minute. I haven't seen any of their animations and stuff. I've seen their toolkits, but I haven't actually used any of them. I guess we just NP right now. Yeah, I figured the Berserker is going to be the popular one just because waifu. I really think the Saber was a really bad pick on their part. I don't think that's going to sell very well. I just think there's, I mean, like, if you look at all the NPCs people are requesting, that's generally not it. Okay, I guess we do this right off the bat. Try to get this ball rolling. I think that's part of why K-Scope is good on Baldy, is just because you get the NP from your taunts dying, which I don't normally like manipulating it like that. That's really not how the taunts are supposed to be. But I'll give Baldy a pass because it's Baldy. Because the thing is, what's so annoying about Baldy is a lot of times he could accomplish it without the help of the taunts dying if he got lucky. Well, he's 266, which when you're fighting a Saber is actually a bit meaty. Okay, I'll be able to NP next turn. What if I put quick first just to boost the crit chance? Yeah, that's worth. Still didn't crit the art card. Alright, we can double NP here. Yeah, you're actually right. We probably should have first skilled to make more stars. We'd have like 35, maybe 36 stars there if I had. This crit spread is so bad! Okay, hold on. So we're gonna art quick buster, so the buster's 80. So we can 180. I want to do this quick card, but it's not worth it on this turn. I think I'm gonna cast this stuff, because we're gonna have double buffs here. Not that good of star distribution because like this one is so much better than this one. Although, and also like the art card is useless. There's no way I'm doing the art card here. But I mean 80 is not too bad. So it's not as bad as I was thinking. Especially because we can rainbow. Ooh, baby! That's nice. When you get those double buffs, man, he really does throw out some damage. Now, we're not NPing here, so I'm gonna evade now.
Very good.
So if we rainbow, we can fuck him up and make potentially enough NP. Can't do the heal boost again though, which really sucks, but if I can like delete this guy, that's probably more valuable than getting the heal boost anyway. Fuck! Okay, I think I can kill him next turn and also NP. That's really good. So then it's just a matter of can I finish off the mobs. So, I could definitely heal boost on this one, but we have no healing left. Alright, if he kills here, I think we'll have it. There's two other Sabers though. And if we lose to the trash mobs after the fact, that's gonna suck. Yeah, he's got it, very nice. Okay, can we finish these guys off? That guy just hit me for 3,000. Alright, if the Sabers crit you, you're pretty toast. Okay, the Saber needs to go. It's like the Assassin's the next biggest threat. I think I do this first because its crit chance is so bad. Oh no. Okay, got it anyway. There's still 5 enemies. Oh bother. Okay, so I think I can weather not healing right now. It's either that or I NP quick and heal boost it right now. But no, I think what we do is that. And then we double heal next turn. If this Saber dies, I think we win, and if it doesn't, we're probably gonna lose. Oh, baby! Okay, I think we're alright. The only way I see us losing now is if we just get crit like crazy. Okay, that was a crit. Okay, no, I might be overestimating us a little bit. We're pretty low. Okay, this one's gotta go. Might as well do this for the stars. So heal boost. And then so we heal for 2,000. Crit, you son of a bitch. Dude, okay, I will hopefully get our NP, but like if we crit there, we just get it no matter what. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Like if I could NP right now, we would probably kill 2 of them, and then I'd have evade, and so there'd be no chance of failure, right? But now there's a chance of failure. That is so dumb. You couldn't crit one more time, champ. Okay, so this one's got the 2 attack buffs, so I think it's the most dangerous. But this one has a attack buff and it has a higher crit chance because it's an assassin. So I think we kill that one. I guess I just quick. Son of a bitch. We might lose right here. If I just had my NP, we'd be safe. Like I could probably kill 2. Do like Buster NP art or something, Buster NP quick. And we'd have an evade for 1 hit, so it'd be like no worries. No. You! Dude, we literally lost because of that 98%. Like, we absolutely lost because of that. Okay. Let's try that again. Now see, that was the correct use of a sound effect right there. Okay, we'll try to just min-max more as we go. Because the leg just got a little... Oh, I see that. Okay, yeah, that needs to get used. He's gonna struggle, because he's a 3-star, there's no niches here. It's not exactly a solo unit, they're not female, right? If they were female, it'd actually be pretty easy, I think, but... At least Baldy can do this now with a regular K-scope. Now obviously MLB K-scope is better because higher stats, but it's nice that you can do this kind of setup with just regular K-scope. Because having a regular K-scope is not rare. It's not. Like, don't fool yourselves. I bet you if you poll the entire active community, way more people have K-scope than not. I don't think it's even close. Because it's just, you have a chance of getting it every time you do anything. Okay, so... Not gonna use this because I've only got the 1... Well, it lasts 3 turns, and there is the extra attack, so... I almost want to put this last for more stars, but no, we'll go full NP gain. Dude, Baldi's stage 1 looks so cool. Like, you got the cool mask and all that, it's awesome. I hate that he got this reputation for being this, like, power creep OP 3-star, because he never was. He literally never was. Like, from his inception, he has never accomplished anything all that impressive. But because of that reputation, I think that's why he never got buffed, and that's... I think people are starting to realize it now. I've definitely seen an uptick in people realizing that Baldi is actually kind of useless. So I'm hoping he'll get a buff eventually. But like, he's got a cool voice actor and awesome design, and he's got a cool character. And one of the few cool weebs in my opinion. So yeah, if he could get a buff. And his gameplay is interesting. I think his gameplay has always been interesting. You always have a lot to think about from turn to turn. You got different options. You know, I enjoy that. It's just the actual value that you can get out of him is so wonky and random. That's the big thing, is the randomness. Well, that's a little unfortunate, but I can just reapply the evade. But he does like an NP drain when he attacks you, so we still lost a little bit of life there. And we still only have 32 stars, which I'm pretty sure is the exact amount of stars that we had last time. I can do heal boost this time though. That's actually a pretty big benefit. Because if I get really fucked up here, I can just heal for a crap load. No. Baldi did not fall so Orion could run. No. So Saber Gilius fell so Orion could run. and Jekyll and Hyde fell into the fucking Shadow Realm. So any of that could happen, right? So you got Jekyll and Hyde in the goddamn Shadow Realm, right? Then you got Saber Gilius tripping over himself, right? Then you've got Baldy walking, right? And then you've got Orion, you know, dashing down the racetrack. Okay, so we do want this. And then we gonna do that. Now, I think we Rainbow Chain. I think we save this heal for next turn. So, and we want damage. We'll just do it like that. Come on, 60. I'm surprised his crits aren't a little bit more. Fuck! I mean, I'm surprised his crits aren't like I really thought rainbows would help a bit more than this, and they do help. Like absolutely, they help. But I guess it's because you don't quick chain as much. Oh great, we have Sergeant down now. Yo, I want to do quick. But yeah, in this fight, it's really difficult to work in a quick chain. That's the thing. I think I have to just take the heal. This turn fucking sucks. I'm worried we're not gonna kill him. We're gonna have double attack buff though. Do double quick, you need it for sustain. Well, too late now, but I don't know. If we failed to kill him, I think that would be worse. Although there's a chance that we would have killed him with double quick. Like it is possible. And then we would heal for more, and we would have more stars. So Kyra might be right about that. It's hard to say though, because we'd have to actually see if it killed or not. Because if it didn't kill, it would be really, really bad. Okay, we definitely quick chain here. Good. Yeah, I know we need the double kill. I saw that last time. They just... Oh my god. See, this was actually better than the last run because we have our NP here, but because they just did that, it's actually worse than the last run. Oh my god. That sucks. Let's see if we can turn it around. You never know. It's not necessarily over yet. But like, even if we quicked earlier, that would not have made any difference there, right? I'd have 500 more health. That's because like I crit when I needed to, so like that might have been the better play, but it wouldn't have made up for them critting me like that. Although we'll see. We're not dead yet. Okay, I can heal for 2,000. There's no more sabers. This one's got the attack buff, so get rid of him. We actually might be okay. Gonna come down to the wire here. Okay, we got 2 crits with our quick ups. I'm hoping not quite as much NP as I would like. Oh my god. So we overdied there, got overkilled by enough that like even if we did that extra heal, it wouldn't have done it. I mean, this is definitely winnable. You just need that one turn. It's really that one turn, because a lot of the other turns don't have that much RNG, because you have the evade, or you got the mystic code, right? So a lot of those other turns, it doesn't matter too much what the enemies do. But you get like 1 or 2 turns there, where there's like the sabers and the assassins out that they can fuck you up. Okay, we'll do Baldy again in a minute, but just for variety, let's do Deer Mid and then Coup, and then we'll go back to Baldy. So I do want to beat that with Baldy because it's doable. It's definitely doable. So even though it looks like, oh man, you know, LOL, we lost twice, I suspect we actually got worse luck than the norm on both of those runs. So I feel like his win rate's going to be like 50-50, maybe even 60-40. We'll see though. Probably default. I don't know why my team name is that, but I agree. This is a sentiment that I definitely agree with. There's a cooldown on Sanson, like 45 seconds. Unless you're me, chat. Oh, okay. Power abuse, dude. Alright, this is like a hand that Lion King wanted. I could do the art first. Literally 1984. I don't think we're really beating him up, although Baldy did kill him both times. The, whatever, Jaguar, no, that's the Panther ones or the other one. I guess these are just werewolves, I guess. So, it's either Star Gen or damage. Okay, you know what? If I cast this, wait a minute, if I cast this now, it's definitely only gonna hit 1 NP. But it could make enough stars that I crit with my, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna cast it now. And I think I'm gonna put the quick last, because I'll get my NP no matter what. And this, you know, Buster in the middle is still decent damage, but quick last is the most sergeant. Nothing crit, by the way. Imagine having crit up, and then you do a rainbow chain, and then you don't crit. Fantastic. Alright, we really want to crit here, because we've got quick up, crit up, and attack up. Hey, I can remove his drain thing. That's nice. I think I do this. Come on, Dearman. Do the damage. I'm not sure why that was in slow-mo. Respectable damage. Okay, this is where it starts to get a little ugly. I do like that we removed his health drain ability, though. That's pretty cool. Okay. So, this is where I think you do like Quick Buster art, because you need NP. I cannot tell you how many people don't understand this, chat, because I've gotten multiple YouTube comments about this, and people just don't get this, right? But look, we are probably not getting our NP on this turn. Jesus fucking Christ! Dr. Deus, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Please don't break the bank though on my account. Like, you've done more than enough, dude. But Jesus, thank you, dude. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so we are probably not getting our NP this turn, right? Even if I do Buster Quick Art, I am probably not getting the NP this turn. But I am probably getting it next turn, no matter what, right? Like as long as I do like halfway decent NP gain combos, I'm gonna probably get it by the end of next turn, right? So I don't want to do shitty NP gain combos, right? I don't want to like get like no NP gain, because then I might not even get it next turn, right? And then you're really in trouble, right? But if I do a full NP gain combo, it's probably going to be overkill, right? If I do like Buster Quick Art twice in a row, that's probably too much, right? So what I want to do is I want to play it safe, because I want to make sure I get my NP next turn, right? I want to make sure I do that, but I know I'm not getting it this turn. So I'm gonna do like you know, let's see, I'll do Quick Buster Art, right? Because that's a hybrid combo. It still does good damage, right? Because instead of Buster being in first place, it's now in second, and the Art card in third still does, you know, quite good damage because it's the second most damaging card. But I'm now like doing a little bit more damage than if I did Buster Quick Art, and I'm still on par for getting my NP next turn, right? It's not very risky. It's a little bit more damage, but like if I did Quick Art Buster, right, which that's the full damage combo, I could probably still get my NP next turn, right? I probably could, especially because we have Quick and Art and we got crits and everything, but I don't want to risk it, right? Especially because we don't have Merlin. Now, if Merlin was up, I would definitely do quick Art Buster then and just do the full damage. But I'm gonna just put doing the hybrid is just a nice safe bet, and it's very unlikely that could screw me over because I'm guaranteed to get good damage. I'm guaranteed to get good NP gain. Interestingly enough, if I had done full NP gain, I would be incredibly close to getting my NP right now. I would not have gotten it though. Like just switching the Buster and Quick around is not going to make a 9 NP gain difference, but it was really close. So it is possible that you could loop there depending on circumstance, especially if we had Merlin. Hey Beastly, what is up? Thank you for the 43 fucking months, dude. That is such a long time. Yeah, we Elden Ring right now, absolutely. I almost want to do Quick, because these cooldowns command codes are going to whiff if I use them right now. And it's not bad to have stars next turn. But Rainbow Chaining can do quite a bit more. Okay, so you can really see though how Dearmid is falling behind on value though in comparison to some of his compadres. Well, wait a minute, that's not entirely fair. Baldy was level 120. We're level 99, so there's a 21 level difference. Also, I'm not sure if he's 2k FO'd and all that. So there's a huge stat difference between him and Baldy. I guess we... Yeah, I guess we quick. Some people like level 99, it is kind of funny. I remember Gabe did that for like all of his characters on NA. Only our second skill could do anything. Now, I could Rainbow Chain here. It's actually a good time to use this. Kinda sucks, but yeah, I think we need to do it. Boy, we are not winning this though. 119 does not have the same ring to it as 99. It really doesn't. Yeah, no, I'm with Beastly on that. I have absolutely seen times where you're like short, like, and here's the thing, it's not always just that one turn, right? Like you get the boss down to like 1000 HP, right? You might be, well, if the boss does 1000 HP, that's, you're not necessarily going to get that from 99 to 100. The thing is, to get that boss down to that level, you probably didn't just attack it once. You were probably attacking it multiple times over multiple turns. So that slight stat increase is being applied and applied and applied and applied. So yeah, it can make a difference. Certainly not going to make a difference here because we're losing by plenty. But if you got like a really strong solo unit and you want to get the absolute most out of them, 101 or 111. The 111's not too bad. I don't know though, 99 is just kind of special because like a lot of video games, level 99 is the cap, right? Like that happens in loads of video games. Especially maybe older video games. I don't know, maybe, what about you Zoomers? So have you all played any games where the level cap is 99? Because when I was younger, there was definitely a lot of games like that. Man, this comes back, but we're gonna die before being able to apply it all 3 turns. We did not even kill the guy. Well, we did our best. To be fair though, if he was 120, he would probably be dead by now, and probably a few turns ago. But he is not as good for soloing, but he's doing better since that 3rd skill buff. It's a nice boost. Level 9,999. Yeah, I've seen a few games like that too. I think the game just crashed. I'm definitely noticing some stability issues. We're on emulator right now. I'll switch to my phone in a minute though when we're done with this guy, and then we'll see how it does on phone. Really, I should have shown off the new units first and then fought this wolf guy, but this is kind of fun, so. And thank you for the 19-month sub. Is it Hickey Neat? I think that's how you say that. I've had less problems on emulator since the last few updates, but there's still problems. And I've heard other people having like big problems. The emulator for me is running a little bit better, but it's still janky, as we're literally seeing here. And then phone has been pretty back and forth the last few patches. I really enjoyed Borderlands 1. I just didn't like the beginning because the beginning was too easy. But I remember there was like that section where you go to like an abandoned city and you get ambushed by these like military guys, and they were way harder. And from like that point on, I thought Borderlands 1 was really fun because then like if you didn't like grind a bunch, like, it was actually more interesting, and there was like some DLC bosses that were really fun. I remember the DLC for Borderlands 1 was pretty solid. But I never cared about the other Borderlands games. They became so much about like the Diablo stuff that I didn't really get into it. Although I never played the third one. And from what I've heard, the newer Borderlands games, they're kind of like a parody of themselves, which I think is what you're referring to there about the writing. But yeah, they kind of like became a parody of themselves, and I've seen that happen to a lot of franchises, honestly. All right, let's bust out the big boy. See how he do. You know, everyone else using default, we'll use default on Ku. But that happens to a lot of like TV shows or like animated shows and stuff that go a long time. A lot of long-running series kind of become parodies of themselves.
戦いは苦手だが世界の断りですかじゃあまあ打ちかますかねこれでどうか
But yeah, I might have to try Borderlands 2 again someday. I never played it that much. I only like completed the first one, and then I played a chunk of the second one. I just wasn't that into it, and then the third one I just wasn't interested in at all. And I know there's like several more since then, but you know, it actually might be correct to kill this guy just because this damage threshold might be enough. But we'll do this. If it was Proto-Ku, I would definitely attack that one with a hand like that. Because Proto-Ku does enough damage to this guy to take him out pretty quick. GP, that is such a good reply. Regardless of like if you agree with GP or not, that's so good. What's the difference between Borderlands 2 and 3? And he just says soul, right? I tell you what, you know, I have some complaints about Elden Ring, but I have a lot of good things to say about it. I really do. But overall, I don't think I have any business really complaining about Elden Ring, because it would have been so easy for the Soul series to have cannibalized itself by now, and to become a parody of itself by now, and all those problems, but it hasn't. And we are so lucky. Like, we are so lucky that's the case. But yeah, I really don't feel like the Soul series has ever, like, cannibalized itself, or ever, you know, like, it had maybe a bit of a misstep with Dark Souls 2, but, you know, they had some good ideas in it. And there's never been, like, that Souls game that just killed the series and was just so terrible. That just has not been a thing, so that's quite nice. This is not a good hand. It's actually, we might be the first unit to not get our NP, but it's because there's no NP gain here. I could do Art Buster, but maybe if we crit, maybe we'll get enough, but I don't think so, because we're actually quite a bit short. So we crit once, but yeah, we would need because that maybe would have got us to 81, so we'd still been like 3 or 4 short because of the roundup. Well, that is pretty crap. I think I go ahead and cast this. We will. I wonder what's better, the 1k flat damage or 20%. So we don't need the Merlin command code, but a rainbow chain is not too bad here. Quick is fine though. You know what? Let's just do quick. That's totally fine. That does suck though that we just whiffed that turn. Because if I could NP right there, I'd be critting next turn, right? Like that's a pretty big setback. Just really bad opening hands there. Alright, let's see the damage. There are a few areas though where I would say Dark Souls 2 does not feel like it has soul, and like a lot of the NPCs are shit. I mean, I really mean that. Like some of the NPCs are fine, like Lucatiel and stuff, but like the blacksmith, like the generic blacksmith you find in the wharf. I mean, he has no fucking character. He's just like trying to be like Andre. And there's a lot of characters like that where they're like trying to make a character similar to another character from the original series, but they have no depth to them. But there are NPCs that are good in 2, right? You got Pate, you've got Creighton, you've got Lucatiel, etc. Like there are absolutely good NPCs in Dark Souls 2, but there are a chunk that are just so fucking dumb and they're just like super forgettable. Okay. Kinda sucks that the art card is the only one that didn't get a particularly good crit chance there. Well, he's dead to our next NP. Stop critting me, god damn it. I could Rainbow Chain and try to kill this guy. There's actually a chance we won't kill him though because I don't have the attack up, so I'd have to finish him off with the extra. I mean, that's okay. And if I'm gonna have to finish him off like that, I might as well make the stars. Dude, this would have been so much better though if we had gotten our NP on turn 1. Are you fucking kidding me? So, I have a feeling that his death resist is not that amazing. I don't think he has the typical boss death resist. Like, obviously, with the amount I've NP'd him, you know, I don't think it's like crazy likely to insta-death him, but I don't know, we haven't used like King Hassan or anything. But yeah, like getting 2, I've gotten 2 insta-deaths on him, I don't think he has the typical boss resistance, does not seem like it. Nice crit, god damn it. Okay, might as well evade here, and then we can guts, and then we can PFA again. I have insta-killed a proper boss before, right? It can happen, but it's so rare. Like, it's, and the fact that I've insta-killed that guy twice tells me he doesn't have particularly good resistance. The funny thing is, though, we insta-deathed him on, like, a time that it didn't matter, and, like, we actually made less NP gain in Stargent because of it, so... Okay, no more Sabers. This one's got the attack buff. These are the last 3 enemies, so I think we win no matter what. So chat, we really did lose a pretty healthy dose of value at the beginning like that with those bad opening hands. But we're gonna win anyway. Like, even if he procs guts there, I can just kill them both right now. And then obviously we have PFA next turn. I actually think the most damage we do is Buster Buster. I'll zeet the app here. 131. Yeah, we got the insane attack up now. Oh yeah, they're dead. Okay, let's switch to the my phone, and we'll get back to that Wolf Boy in a second. But let's go use the new GUDAGUDA units and that kind of thing. Censored death, indeed. Yeah, we'll try out a few more Lancers there. It's actually kind of fun. Okay, hold up. This is still not my phone. Oh, hold on. I think I have to replug it in. One moment. Black screen, Coon. Yeah, okay, we'll try to get the Saber guy. Anyone in chat have the Saber guy? Although, I guess we can show them off now, even if they're not on our friends list because of the new support system. Yep, the Abyss. Okay, let me at least project this onto my monitor so I can see what the hell I am doing. Okay, that's better. The mouse is still a bit delayed, but good enough. So the new Saber guy has an AoE team evade like David. It's not as good though. It only lasts 3 turns. And that actually is very relevant because there are a lot of... Now, if all you're using it for is you're going to cast it on the turn that the enemy's NPing and you're going to survive, then it's no big deal. But there's a lot of stuff you can do with David where like you've got a taunt wall out, you use the taunt, you do the evade, and then you have all these turns go by before they can ever hit the other units that have the evade, and then it finally gets pinged off, and then you can cast the evade again. Right, stuff like that's really good. He can't do that. He's kind of weird though. He's like a little bit of damage, a little bit of support, right? Where like David is very, very support oriented, and then Tristan, dude, I've seen people saying the new Saber is like Tristan on steroids, and I'm like, you have no idea what you're talking about. Like the new Saber is way more of a support than Tristan is, because Tristan, although he has the team evade, that's, you know, he's way more utility and damage. But I'm just gonna say it. I think Tristan is way better than the new Saber. And these days Tristan's better than David because, you know, they buff Tristan so much. Tristan has buff removal. That's huge. He has crit down. He has total debuff clear. He's got the team evade. He's got an upgraded single target NP. He's got good star gen. He's got sure hit. Right? There are so many things that he does. Now, it is apples and oranges though, because Tristan is very much a damage dealer with utility, where the new guy is like a kind of a damage dealer with just straight support, right? So there's a healthy difference between them. But overall, between like David, the new guy, Tristan, oh, and Sith, if you want to count Sith, I think Tristan is the best out of the lot. Like, Tristan is absolutely nuts now. He was already good, but then when they gave him that fucking, you know, debuff clear, so he's got buff removal for the enemies, so then debuff clear for the entire team. I mean, that's just, that's crazy. And an upgraded NP and all that good stuff. Okay, let's see, where do we want to go? There's always the dragon. I guess we'll use the dragon just because he's a good benchmark, even though he's not necessarily like that hard. But like a good benchmark is nice. And then we can always go fight the Edmund Tower event. Good luck with that one. Although you could use Edmund on my ult account because I've got the 500k Edmund fight there, and that's not too bad for testing. Alright. Let's see if anybody's got him, and if not, we'll just grab a random one. The anti-berserker is always good though, no doubt. I don't think the new Saber is bad at all. I think he's totally fine, but I just think Tristan is really underestimated by a lot of people. I don't think people really grasp just how much utility he actually has. Let's see, it doesn't look like anybody on our list has him. Might have to scan for random. Some people put new units in the all slot though, which is actually kind of annoying. I kind of suspect though that he's not super popular, so even if people have him, they're probably not going to build him. Like, they rolled for the 5-star and then they got him and he's just sitting there at like 111. I think that's going to be pretty common. We'll have to see. I mean, in the olden days, I would actually say David was actually better than Tristan, because Tristan didn't do enough damage to warrant his like loss and survivability and team stuff, like the art deck on David. But now it's like Tristan just does so much in terms of utility and damage that he's pretty unique from David. Like, David is still really good for the support stuff because he gives you attack up, gives you an art deck, etc, etc. Wow, we are not seeing any of the new Saber, even with the randoms. Yeah, I kind of worried this would happen. I can check the all slot, but yeah, I figure anyone that rolled that got him probably wasn't rolling for him. So I'm not sure you're going to see a lot of him around. I mean, they could add Shimbata, you know, down the line still, but I do feel like they're more likely to just keep, you know, adding the pretty boys and then like just brand new people we've never heard of, and they're just not going to revisit stuff like Shimbata. Does Ramrod have him? I don't think so. You know, that's Saito. It's just his costume. I'm surprised you haven't seen a single random with him though, because again, you can actually use randoms, NPs, and all that now. So, anyone in chat got the new Saber? Preferably, you know, upgraded enough to be worth a damn. I'm surprised we haven't seen a fucking single one though. Like, Jesus. Some people might be dumb though and just put them in the event slot. I could have, because people always mess up their support lists like that. But yeah, we ain't seen them. Boy, have I seen a lot of Saito Kojima though with these resets. A lot of Artorias too, actually. Artoria is really popular. I mean, there's no way around it, and then people have had a lot of opportunities to get her, and you can be spooked by her and stuff. So, combining that with her being popular, she is pretty easy to find. Yeah, I mean, look at this. I mean, it's guys. I think Artoria might be popular. I don't know. Yeah, it's no good if he's just like 1-1-1. Like, we need a proper one. Although, if we get desperate, we'll just use him for his animations, because we're literally not finding a single copy of him. But this kind of speaks to what I was saying, is I don't think he's really that desired. Seriously though, how have we not found one? I've seen a lot of Okitas too, actually. And a decent amount of Muramasas. I mean, there's 3 Muramasas right there. There's a bunch of Okitas. Yeah, a lot of Musashi, a lot of Artoria, a lot of Kojima. Yeah, there's a decent amount of some other ones too, but yeah, there's definitely some usual suspects here. And obviously, though, things that are good for farming are going to be slotted more. There's a bird right there. Look at the double Artoria. I think Artoria ultimately has been the most common, actually. I've seen so many Artorias. And you got, you know, Saber Alter as well. That is such a random craft essence to put on her. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think Artoria is seems to be the most slotted. So I'm losing hope in being able to use the new Saber, because it looks like no one only one person has him in chat, and he's 1-1-1, and we can't even find a random with him slotted. Like, what the fuck, man? Look at this Okita with no craft essence. Yeah, 96. How have I seen, like I've seen some pretty random, I mean, Gwaine. Like, Gwaine's not that popular, unfortunately, right? But we can find Gwaine, but we can't find the new guy. Yeah, you could check all, but that takes so long per reset to do that. And, like, it's not that likely that they put him in the all slot. It is possible with all those resets that there was one. Okay, let's see here. Fuck that. Okay, they haven't logged in a long time. Because Dragon mostly plays in A. Okay, chat, if you have the new Saber, please send me an invite. Let me make a little bit more room. But we don't have a lot of people with it, so our options are pretty limited. Normally it's not that hard to find someone with one of the new units, but man, like, this is not happening. I don't know though, I remember in like the olden days, it was always super easy to find someone with the new unit for whatever was going on, but I don't know, the last year and a half, that's really changed, I feel. Have to roll him yourself. I don't think so. I really don't like him, so. No, thank you. But yeah, there's my friends list. If you happen to have him, please send me an invite so we can at least see his animations. Like, we can't really test him if he's not 10, 10, 10, but... Convince people to save instead of blow it. People probably are more willing to save up these days, actually, because of coin system and whatnot, like Beastly is saying. Because I'm like that, you know, I don't want to roll unless it's got a chance for coup or something. I mean, right now, it is kind of easy to convince me to roll. Not as much anymore, though, because I've used most of my stockpile of SQ. Now I don't really want to roll unless... Even though I want coup really badly, like... I've got to actually want... It's got to be a new unit. Like, I'm not rolling for Mori. I'm not, because Dude, this is why. Let me show you. I was talking about this at the start of the stream. Like, I wish I could roll for Mori, but I can't. Like, it would be so fucking stupid of me to roll for Mori. Because every copy of Mori that I get does literally nothing until I get 10 of him. I only have 668 SQ. Right? Like, it's useless. Like, it's just absolutely useless. So it's like, if I roll for him... Even if I got 10 copies of them, all I'm getting now is like Mori coins. And now if they add anything in like the next 6 months, I can't get it because I rolled. So it's either Mori coins only and no other benefit from Mori, because mine's already, you know, NP5, 10, 10, 10, 2K foe, all that stuff, right? So it's so little, right? I'm getting so little for rolling, and it's not even likely that I'm going to get enough copies of them. I already have one of his passives, and his other passives are worthless. Like, they're completely worthless. Like, I can't stand the way they do the coin systems for 3 stars, because if I didn't have Mori, it's not nearly as bad, because then I'd want to get him because I like Mori. Like, I like Mori a lot. He's one of my favorite characters. So I need to at least get 5 copies of him, and then I would get coins for those 5 copies, right? Where I already have him in P5. So actually, I have him in P7 now, but I only have coins for 2 of him. Right, that's it. And I have that, and then his bond 10. Right, so like, even though I've gotten 7 Moris and he's bond 10, I only have the coins of MP2 in bond 10. Right, like, it's fucking bullshit. And like, I cannot even though Mori is one of my absolute favorite characters, I cannot justify rolling for him. Like, I can't, because if I roll for him, I'm not going to be able to roll on anything else for like at least the next 6 months. And as much as I like Mori, I already have him. He's already in P5. I cannot justify blowing my odds on getting anything for like the next 6 months just to be able to get Mori to 120, right? Like, that's stupid, right? And I shouldn't have to, because I should already have some of his coins. But, you know, of course they don't give you the 5 stars retroactively. I just cannot believe they didn't give you the retroactive coins at least up to NP5, right? Like, I get the logic of not giving you all of the coins retroactively for 3 stars, because a lot of people have like NP80, right, of like Deermid or whatever, right? I get that, but seriously, you should at least get up to NP5, right? I don't think that's completely reasonable, especially because the 4 and 5 stars do get their coins retroactively, right? Like, it's so messed up. Because I can't justify rolling on Asclepius, I can't justify rolling on Bedivere, I can't justify rolling on Mori, because I already have them, right? It's like, I have to be able to get things like Zhu Fu when they add it, right? Or if they do add a character that I want, right, like a, you know, Gunslinger or the Red Baron or, you know, Henry V or something, right? I have to be able to get those things. So as a free-to-play, I can't justify rolling on Mori like 30 fucking times, right? I already made this, like, the SQ sacrifice to get him in P5 a long time ago, right? I already did that, right? So it's just fucking stupid, right? There's like no way I'm gonna be able to work in and be able to get things like Bedivere and Asclepius and stuff. Like, honestly, once Hercules is bond 10, I'm gonna have to just like bring Bedivere, Hercules, and Mori in my back row all of the time. Like, it's like, because it's the only way I can get coins for them that's even remotely reasonable as a free-to-play. Like, it's so bullshit. Like I said, as a free-to-play, I can justify rolling for Asclepius if I don't have Asclepius, right? Then it's ultra worth it. And it's just really obnoxious to me because, like, if you do that now, like, if you don't have Asclepius and you roll for him now, you both get Asclepius and you get his coins. So I rolled on him a long time ago and I only get, you know, half of it, right? It's so bullshit. Yeah, there is one passive on Bedivere, though, that is way better than the others, so I can't get it, though, because the game thinks I have NP0 Bedivere, I'm pretty sure. I think I have rolled, like, summon tickets on Story every once in a while, because I can get Coup, and I can get Bedivere and Asclepius and stuff, so I might, let me check real quick, actually. Kinda curious. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I have fuck all Bedivere coins. Because I've had him NP5 for years and years and years and years, right? But, you know, you don't get any of those goodies retroactively, so... Okay, so I have 90 coins, so I can't even get a passive. However, if I do really hammer out some bond, I can get it eventually, even if I don't get another Bedivere. And getting Bedivere's second passive is really powerful, because then he basically is Billy the Kid, but way better. I had to get it with bond, yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I've already started to put Bedivere in my back row some. Basically, I want to get... Hans is bond 9 right now, so I want to get him bond 10, because his bond CE is actually good, and they've been hinting at they're going to do something with bond 10 in the future, and like bond CEs, like that interview, they kind of hinted that they were going to do something spicy. So I really want to make sure Hans is bond 10. Obviously Hercules bond 10 is my priority right now, but then Bedivere is probably next in line, then Asclepius. And then I guess Mori. Even though I like Mori more than those other characters, Mori has pretty diminished returns, like, you know, from getting coins, because he's not even close to being able to get 120, like, coin-wise. So it's like I'm not really going to get much out of getting him to bond, you know, 11, 12, 13, etc. Where I get a lot out of getting just a little bit of coinage for Asclepius and Bedivere. Dude, I can't believe we haven't seen a single player, like, never mind even a shitty one, we have not seen a single person with the new Saber. That is absolutely crazy. Yeah, I don't think he's super popular, I'm just gonna say that, because I bet you if we... I don't know how popular the new Berserker is, but I suspect that if we, out of all of these refreshes, I bet you she was in this Berserker slot a few times. Like, I doubt she was going to be as prevalent as, like, you know, Morgan, right? I mean, I already see so many Morgans and Gajunas and Raikos, it's ridiculous. Look at double Morgan right there, and I'm sure was more. Yeah, there's another Morgan, another Morgan, another Morgan. Yeah, Morgan's pretty popular, and oh, look, another Morgan, and also, you know, she's popular and she's very good for farming and, you know, carrying people. Hey, look, Morgan, yeah. There's some Ibukis there. Morgan, yeah, Morgan's winning pretty hard. Hey, look, Morgan. Yeah, so yeah, kind of a reoccurring theme there. Okay, let me reload the game so people that sent me an invite actually get updated, because, you know, this game doesn't actually update right away. I like how somehow though Arknights does. Like, if someone sends you an invite, it pops up like immediately for Arknights, where in FGO it doesn't. I think it's because a friend invite in Arknights will actually ping the server, right? Where FGO it doesn't. So something else has to ping the server to get it to, like, update the information. I really don't like the new 5-star. I don't hate her, but I just think she's so forgettable. I don't care about either of them. Which is, like, so right now, like, I really like Mori. I mean, seriously, Mori is one of my favorite characters. But again, I already have him, you know, in P5. So it's very difficult to justify rolling for him again, just for the coins. But if I, like, just kind of liked one of these two, right? Like, yeah, they're not my favorite, but they're okay. I wouldn't mind having them, right? Then I probably would roll, because then I could get a shot at Ku, I get a shot at this other character that I kind of like, and then I can get Mori coins. So then I would do it. But literally the only thing on this banner would be Mori coins. Right? Like, not even Mori in P ranks, just Mori coins. So it's just not worth it. Okay, I don't think anyone sent us an invite, so I don't think anybody has the new Saber. It's kind of fucked up. But yeah, I don't think anybody sent us an invite, so yeah, chat, I don't think we can actually show... Oh, wait, no, I take it back. We got one right there. That is the only one we have ever seen. This is an elusive beast here, but we got, yeah, 654, which is not great, but I will take what we can get, because holy shit, this guy is rare. Okay, we can actually see his animations at least, right? That'll be good enough. We won't really get to test them out proper here, but... Okay, we gotta get that guy to show up. I really do need to purge some people, so it's a bit easier. Alrighty. Bust out a Rosh just in case we get bad luck with the golems. Which doesn't happen often, but it absolutely can happen. So, fuck it. Default is fine. I gotta make sure I use these teapots before the month switches over, but I don't want to do it until I find a stage that's like really good bond, because I gotta maximize that Herc bond gain. Once Herc is bond 10 though, I'll just like throw those out for whatever. But Herc is about to be bond 8, because I only got him recently, so it's gonna take a bit. Okay. I actually don't want to kill one of these golems if we can help it. That was very City Master animation right there. That's not the end of the world if I kill one right now, but if I can not kill one, that would be ideal. Unfortunately, I have to Rainbow Chain. There is no way for me not to Rainbow Chain. So it's pretty likely that this Rock is going to die. He's got his big... No, that defense buff is pretty nutty, actually. Alright, fantastic. Alright, I think he can go ahead and evade now because it... Well, do I want to whiff the other parts of it? Probably not. Okay, we'll do that. I really do wish F-Go, and never mind F-Go, I actually just wish gaming in general would add more maces and axes and halberds and stuff. It's actually really obnoxious. I feel like as the years go on, like I swear, in like, 1,000 years if humanity's still here and whatever like, VR bullshit games they're playing or whatever, anytime they reference like the olden days, it's just gonna be swords. Right, like it's only going to be swords. It's like that because it's going to be they're going to be so far removed from that technology that only like the really popular mainstream thing from it is going to be remembered. But it's just kind of annoying. It's fine if you like. Here's the thing, I like axes the most out of like medieval weaponry and stuff. I like axes the most. But you know what? If all we ever saw in video games and anime and movies and stuff was axes, I'd say that's bullshit. Just because I like axes does not justify, like 95% of everything in fiction being the same thing. I'd be like, this is dumb, right? We should have maces, we should have, it's way more interesting when you have other things. And also, I think it's pretty easy to see that, like, obviously if you're designing a character, right, the different styles and different weapons is like a good way to like articulate a character, right? So if everyone is using a sword, that's just fucking lazy. There's just so much more you can do than that. And again, I like axes, and I'm not advocating for everyone to use axes all the time because that's fucking stupid. Okay, so we don't have our NP, which is actually like shocking. How the fuck do we not have our NP? I didn't even look last turn because I was so, because seriously, we have 40% charge from our taunts dying. And we started with 50, so that's 90%. So we obviously don't have our passive, like clearly, because if you have your passive, actually you get your MP no matter what happens. So we only got two turns. Sorry, I think he does have a battery, but it'd be better to NP and then battery. That's just way better. Well, no, I don't actually think a lot of artists and devs really like swords more. I think a lot of artists and devs don't have much love for weaponry, period, and sword is just the default thing. And I have a lot of evidence to support that because I talk to a lot of writers. Like, a lot of writers don't really have any particular interest. Like, I have a close personal friend that is a writer, and he has absolutely no interest in weaponry. And the few times he's used, like, medieval weaponry, it's been a swords. And it's just like, yeah, no shit. It's like that most people aren't really that into weaponry one way or the other. And swords are just the mainstream thing that everyone defaults to because they don't know any better. And like what annoys me isn't the fact that swords are prevalent, is that people act like it's okay that they're so prevalent just because they happen to like swords. That's childish. And again, it's not like they're a little bit more prevalent. I mean, literally look at FGO. Like, let's just use FGO as an example and go through all the characters that have weapons and then look at the actual ratio. It is totally fine for swords to be the most prevalent, right? Something has to be the most prevalent. Dude, literally, you're just saying the same thing over and over again. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't care that you like swords. Like, just saying you like swords over and over again means nothing. Like, Jesus Christ. That's not a relevant thing to what I am talking about. It's like I was saying, even though I like axes the most, I would never be like, oh yeah, all games need to be, 95% axes, because axes are the coolest, right? Everything else should have just been cooler. That's fucking stupid. Like, it's so little variety, and also, you have a lot of stories and games and stuff that are, like, trying to give characters, like, different tactics or different preferences, or, you got, like, Fire Emblem with their, like, damage wheel and all that stuff. They're trying to do things. There's reasons to use other weapons beyond style, right? It's just most creators know nothing about weapons. That's the main thing, is most people just don't know anything about weapons. So all they know is what's really mainstream, which is generally swords. So they're just that's why you generally see swords all the time. Spears are actually pretty common, though. I would say spears are the next most common in media after swords. Now, obviously, there's still a pretty big gap between them, but spears are, like, if you're a spear fan, it's not too hard to find, games that use spears and stuff. Okay, well, I mean, whips aren't a weapon to begin with. That's like, I see people always trying to, like, stan whips. They're so fucking shit on a battlefield. Like, they are so bad. Like, their whips are not designed ultimately for combat. Now, in fantasy, that doesn't really matter. If you want to have a character using whips in combat, that's fine. I mean, for God's sakes, you have people using all kinds of weird bullshit in fantasy, and that's, depends on what you're making, right? If you're making, like, those games, chivalry, right? Those chivalry games that are, like, trying to be somewhat authentic, I guess. Not really realistic, but they're trying to be authentic. Putting whips in that would be stupid, and that's gonna be really out of place. But like something like FGO, it's totally fine, or like a, fantasy, RPG or whatever. That's totally fine. Yeah, Elden Ring, right? That stuff's fine. Well, I guess what we do is this, and then we'll use the third skill next turn. It really would have been so much better though if I could have NP'd than batteried, but we're more here for the animations anyway. It is true, axes are harder to draw. That is absolutely true. But that's true for several weapons. And sometimes they create swords that are really difficult to animate. Although FGO doesn't animate anything with weapons anymore. They used to, but all of the weapons in FGO are CGI. They're a 3D model, and they're just moving it around. See, if I had my battery right now, I could NP. I guess I use this now anyway. I whip the heal a bit, but... Okay, we're more here for the animations, so let's do our due diligence here. We'll do Buster, quick, and then we'll do Art Buster. So they're kind of doing what they did with Sitting Master, and they're like skipping over frames to make him seem faster, but it's kind of an excuse to not actually have to animate the character very much. But Yeah, it works better than some of the other things he's done. It's kind of like archers generally don't have a lot of like sprite animation, but they're an archer, so you know, what do you expect? Okay, hold on, I'll still do art here. So they're doing something different with his NP, which is kind of interesting, but it needs a... They were a little lazy with it, so it's not like quite... It's a cool idea though, and it's also like a cut-in, if you can call it that, but it's like a cut-in that's not there just to meet a quota, so that's nice. Because a lot of the cut-ins are just put there just because. Yeah, seriously, some of the 5-star cut-ins actually do look pretty bad. But it's not even that the cut-in looks bad, it's the way that they use it that looks bad. Like Okida's, right? That's just like really out of place. Alright, let's do that. See if we got a long range quick. I don't think so though, I bet you he's just gonna have the 2. Yeah, that's a sin. He dashes at the start longer, but... I like the extra attack. Kind of whatever about the other ones. One where he jumps in the air looks kind of goofy. Gramps does have a good cut-in, absolutely. And it's one of the first ones they ever did. Because that one is very... That was not forced. It wasn't a quota back then. So yeah, I think that one is really good. I think King of Songs is good. Achilles is good. There's certainly some other ones. Lion King's is okay. It's not like the best, but it's alright. There's definitely a few other ones, but a lot of them are just really out of place in my opinion. Let's see if we can live one more turn and then do the evade, but that's kind of unlikely. Yeah, I just don't like them doing... Oh yeah, Pizette's is fine. Pizette's cut-in is fine. Yeah, Hot Wheels is good, absolutely. Gilgamesh's is pretty good. I wouldn't rate it as like one of the best ones ever or anything, but it's fine. Napoleon's not too bad. That one's not too bad. Booty Lancer, don't even start with that. We are gonna die to the dot. His cut-in's fine. Yeah, that one's fine. I actually like this guy's cut-in though, just because it's not forced. You know, it's just not forced. You know, they're doing it because it makes sense. So that's nice. We'll have to try this guy out again when he's more ready, if you will. All right, anybody got the new? I'm kind of mixed on Constantine's. Like, it's okay, but I don't know. Wait, anybody got the new Berserker? We can show off her animations as well. Actually, let me check my list and see if I already have someone. We weren't really looking that carefully. All these Morgans. I do not feel like this month is going to be a top earner for them, though. It's not looking that way. Although there could be a part 2 banner, and I don't remember what else was rated up in this month, because it's all fused together. How? I just realized we have been listening to this song for like an hour. Somehow it got off of my playlist, even though... Yeah, we've been off of my... I'm looking through this. It's been off of my playlist for quite a while, even though it never exhausted all the songs on the playlist, so I don't know why it did that. But yeah, we've been listening to that song for like an hour. Excuse me. Let me fix this here. Yeah, sometimes it does that, where it just like hijacks your playlist for some fucking reason. And it starts playing like a version of a song that's like an hour long or whatever. That was weird. Okay. Arc Knight's raid indeed. Okay, I don't see anybody. I think I'm gonna have to reset it again. Good old Shiki theme. I like the there. Yeah, I don't know. We could just be unlucky, but we're having a really hard time finding the new characters. So I kind of suspect this is just not that popular of a banner. I do attract a specific crowd, though, that maybe just doesn't like this kind of banner as much, right? So that can be a thing. Check the event list. Some people only put it up in the event list. But yeah, I haven't seen much interest on like my Discord and the wiki and stuff. And I haven't been like checking Twitter or any of that, but yeah, it does seem like I think they could have. There's so many more things I think they could have added that would have really made people hype. I feel like this is going to be a pretty big failure. I feel like this might even be another like Galatea. I don't think it's going to be as bad as Galatea, but it's going to be one of those. I have a feeling. Yeah, Maxwell's Demon I think would be pretty hype. I don't think he's going to be like as hype as Morgan or anything. Of course not, but. Actually, oh, okay, there's a new Berserker. Jesus. That's the first time we've seen a random with either character, though. Hopefully she can solo this stage. I would be a little disappointed if she couldn't, considering she has an event bonus. Although having the event bonus might make it difficult to actually show off the animations. Berserker stages are also, like, the worst stage to ever do, because... Also, if you're a Berserker, it doesn't help, but you kill things so quickly, it makes it hard to see different combos and whatnot. Alrighty. We'll do slow-mo. We may not have a lot of time to attack different enemies and stuff. Especially because I think she's AoE. Okay, that is a kind of a lazy animation, but it's funny. Like giant magical pimp slap, like that's pretty good.
Master,
Okay, well we got a quick chain. We haven't seen her Buster, and I'm sure she'll have 2 different Buster animations. Okay, they're being pretty lazy though. Like, dear god. This is like particle effect spam, and she's like not moving at all. That's cool though. Yeah, that extra attack's pretty cool. Chat, I had my window open and I just saw like a gnat or a fly or something fly in. God damn it. Yeah, I like the extra. That I can get behind. Alright, I'm gonna do our battery so we can NP right now and only hit 1 enemy, which will like maximize our ability to like attack things. Uh-oh. Not crash now.
全てをこの一時に。これこそが利休の茶にございますれば、どうか存分
Okay, that is so funny with the Nobu being there.
一期一会。
Okay, that NP animation was terrible though. Oh my god, that was terrible. That was so bad. I also like how it's actually really similar to the 4 stars, except the 4 stars is just better. Like, I like seriously, they're both like close-ups of their hands and like their face and everything. Like, that is just so much better in the 4 star. I saw someone in chat said that earlier. I didn't really know what they meant, but now I know what they meant. And like, Jesus Christ, that is a terrible NP animation. But it was great because of the Nobu. The Nobu made that like 10 out of 10. But that is not. I'm not a fan. Okay, I'm gonna do Chin Gong just so we don't do a lot of damage here. Like, just nothing happens. Like that's that. Man, there's one of the Kiaras. Like I think her Summer Kiara. I don't remember which stage. I think it's like stage 3 Summer Kiara. Hers was really boring too. But like this was probably more boring. Yeah, I do think this event was rushed because of bad scheduling, and that's been FGO for the last like year and a half. And I don't think they're gonna fix that until they actually get the new company situation sorted out and they get their new hires and that kind of thing. Okay, let's see Buster first. And then we'll do like Art first next time and Buster in the middle. The slap is pretty good though. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, the extra attack though is absolutely my favorite thing, and it's way cooler than the NP. Oh great, I think my splitter just shorted out. Oh, it's back. Like I said, I ordered a new splitter, I just haven't hooked it up yet. I need to see if that fixed the problem. Do I NP here? I don't think so. Alright, so we need to do Art first. Need the Black Void from the extra attack. That's literally our NP. Chat, I am so sure they're reusing that animation in the NP, they're just zooming in. I am just so sure that like that god damn it, that's so lazy, dude. Because I could tell they were basically just zooming in on her sprite. Like I don't think they were really doing much beyond that. Like maybe they made some new hands for the NP just for like better quality for when it's that zoomed in, but I am skeptical. They've been lazy for quite a while, but from what Type Moon said in that interview, like they just had major problems with DW, and it's not reasonable to expect Lasagna to have sorted all that out right away. Like it's just not. Like it's going to take them a while. Because they straight up said they weren't beating around the bush. They said in the era of DW they had massive workflow problems and it was incredibly inefficient and they were struggling to keep up with anything. That's what they said. And I believe them. I had speculated that was the case for a long time. But yeah, they're not going to get that sorted out, you know, super quickly, even though they bought the company out and everything, right? So we'll have to give them some time, and hopefully we'll start getting animations that are not this fucking lazy. Actually, because of that, I don't want them to add the Green Knight or Butch Cassidy or Henry V or, you know, I don't want them to add any of like that kind of stuff until the company is sorted out, because I don't want my, you know, potential favorites that could be added to have shitty animations, so. Alright, we'll watch it in slow-mo one more time. I'll do Rainbow Chain here, actually. Well, I think we'll kill with having an event bonus. It's definitely not the best. Lonely with the emote. Okay, actually she didn't kill, so we'll get it now though. Okay, chat. I think, is the new welfare obtainable yet? I think she is. I'm not sure. Because if she is, though, we can check her out. No fuck. Well, we'll have to wait on that one. I wonder how long. I mean, with Valkyrie, they made us wait until the end of the goddamn event, but hopefully they won't do that again. Yeah, I don't mind like the voice acting. I don't mind her design. I don't even mind the concept. The implementation is, I think, undeniably a bit lazy though. But it's okay. I mean, I don't hate her, but I don't hype her either. She's, I mean, kind of obviously just not my kind of character. But I don't, you know, it's nothing wrong with them adding a character like that, so it doesn't really bother me. I do wish they'd put maybe a little bit more effort into the animations, but it's not too bad. The NP is the only thing I'm like, wow, that's fucking lazy. Which is alright. You know, certainly not my cup of tea, if you will, but, yeah, no hate. Yeah, a badass granny would be cool. I'm surprised they haven't done that. And people have asked for it for a while, but, yeah, they haven't done any of that. It took them a long time to start, you know, adding, like, you know, Moriarty and Old Man Lee, so it might be a while. I'd like them to add, like, you know, Baba Yaga, however you say it. That'd be cool. Especially if they made it, like, somewhat classical, but still anime. That'd be great. Yeah, we used the new 4-star. You just missed it. We could use him again, though, real quick. Let's see if he can solo the assassin stage. I didn't realize that I hadn't done that one yet. Let's see if we still got that guy on our list. Yeah, there we go. Okay, he's got a 100% event bonus. I would be, surprised if he failed this. I mean, the guys don't get that much variety either, though. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, really, there's not that much variety with the guys. They just have a few exceptions, where there are 0 exceptions for the ladies. But that happens a lot, I find, in video games. I mean, it depends. It really depends. Because I've seen the opposite. Like, look at Arc Knights. Like, really, Arc Knights is the other way around. There's way more variety for the ladies than for the guys. I mean, almost every single guy in Arc Knights is like a K-pop idol. It's like, it's kind of annoying, really. But yeah, there's I would say there is more variety for the guys in FGO. But they still, though, they definitely have, you know, trends that they stick to, and like the exceptions are still few and far between, but they at least exist. I could do a rainbow chain, actually. I'll put Buster last because I just absolutely want to make sure this thing does. And Ivan is pretty much a monster, but like all the monstrous characters are guys, and that's very common. Never mind FGO, that's Western, Eastern, you name it. Like if they're gonna do like a monstrous female, right? They're gonna waifu it up to some extent. Where if they're gonna make a brainless monster, it's always gonna be a guy. Like it's just that's such a fucking thing. Would I even taunt now? I think no, because it's an assassin and we're a caster, and there's only going to be one left, and I have a feeling they only have one action per turn. But even Dino Mom, it's like, there's only one ascension that is monstrous, right, where the other two aren't, and most people use her in the other two stages, so. And even Gorgon, they found a way. Because, like, they didn't use Gorgon's monster design that she had from Fate Hollow, right? They literally did not use it. And for a very intentional reason, so. Actually, a shame, because Gorgon's design from Fate Hollow is pretty awesome, actually, and I would have liked it if they just made that a playable character. And honestly, like, as crazy as that is, it's not really any different from, like, Ivan being playable, so. Or I mean, King Protea, for God's sakes, like, that's the thing. Yeah, no one gets to make the argument of it's too big in FGO. Because of Protea, you cannot make that argument under... And actually, I don't see anyone make that argument anymore. I remember back in the day, people used to say they're not going to add this or that because it'd be too big. But yeah, ever since Protea got added, that they got real quiet. Yeah, Gorgon definitely should have been a berserker. She literally goes berserk and kills her family. I mean, like, Jesus. Ridley and F-Go win, yeah. Dude, I can see this, like, gnat flying around it. Not a bit. Okay, let's see. Gotta show off his animations as best I can here. Do Buster first next. They reuse a lot of his animations though, so like you don't hit two quick and two arts, and like doing one as an initiate doesn't give you a third, so. He most frequently will do a third animation, I find, when if you have double Buster. That's like the most frequent. But they don't do it a lot anymore just because kind of cutting corners, I think. The thing is, they showed Ridley in the opening of Melee, in Smash Brothers Melee, and he was already sized down there, so there never was any excuse for not adding him. Did they pitch you bigger? I never seen Pokemon, so I wouldn't know, but that wouldn't surprise me. They definitely made Bowser smaller. Depends on the game. Bowser's size varies from game to game. And that's true for like everybody, honestly. Like, Ridley's size varies from game to game. But Bowser is all over the map on his size, and sometimes he's just absolutely ginormous. Like, bigger than Ridley, absolutely. Well, Serenity's about to get deleted. Gonna whip the battery so we do big boy damage. Boy, his NP really is similar in vibe to the 5-star, but I think his is better. Wait, what are we talking about, Genshin? Yeah, the hands are kind of weird. It's still better than what they did for the 5-star though, but they needed to animate it for a few more frames, and the just couldn't be bothered. What they're doing though with like the fade, that's a very common technique where they're trying to make it seem like a artsy-fartsy thing, but they're actually doing it to save on animation budget. I've seen all kinds of animation projects do that. It's still alright though. Like I don't mind it. But it just, the thing is, how do I put this? I don't see F-Go in a vacuum, right? I've been playing this game for a long time, and I know animation pretty well, and I know the industry pretty well. So it's just, it's one thing if every once in a while you have a character where they're cutting corners, or maybe they're doing techniques that are associated with cutting corners, but like maybe it is an artistic thing and it's just a coincidence. But F-Go always takes any opportunity to cut corners. I mean, I think anyone that's been watching, you know, F-Go for a while, they can see that anytime there's anything they can do to make it faster, cheaper, or easier to make or whatever, they always do that now. You know, I didn't really feel like that was the case for like the golden era of F-Go when they were really starting to like improve the game's quality, you know, like Camelot and on for a while. But the last like 2 years or so, I feel like they've really been cutting corners pretty hard. So we did not kill Serenity. That is a little surprising to me considering all the event bonus nonsense that we had, but let's see. Guess we'll do that. Oh, Genshin, right. Yeah, Genshin, oh god. I hate what Genshin does, and they have no excuse because Genshin has made so much money. And I keep seeing when people talk about Genshin, people act like Genshin doesn't make good money anymore, and it's because all they do is like compare Genshin's like monthly app earning report to like other mobile games. The thing is, most of Genshin's money doesn't come from app purchases because they make most of their money on PC and like PayPal and shit. And anytime they've like pulled the player base, that's been confirmed. So we don't even. What's scary is the fact that they actually keep up with the other mobile games. That's what people don't understand. When you see Genshin like 7th or 8th place, that's insane because that's like a drop in the bucket for their actual profits, right? So like the amount of money Genshin is making is fucking stupid, right? So they have all this money, they should have no problems making more 3D character models. But what they always do, they have like 2 or 3 female character models and 2 or 3 male character models, and they're so lazy about it. They don't just, this is what I don't like, they don't just use the base model and then do like window dressing. They use the base model and do window dressing and then literally use the same animations. Almost every character in Genshin, like every like female character has the same climbing animation, swimming animation, landing animation, jump animation, sprint animation, right? They're like, it's crazy. And it's like, when you have that much money, there's no, now sure, 3D is different than 2D, it really is. Making a fully rigged like 3D model is a lot more work than, okay, it's kind of hard to explain because a single frame of like this character right here on screen, right? A single frame of this, making this 2D sprite, is way easier than making like just the base 3D model, right? In a 3D game, right? The 3D model is way harder. But then getting this model to do anything is harder than making the 3D model do anything. Once the model's done, it's a lot simpler, right? And then you basically just manipulate what's there, right? Where with sprite work, you often, now FGO doesn't do it a lot. FGO is these days is really lazy and they do a lot of paper mache, where they just move it around, but they're not actually reanimating it. But they used to reanimate a lot, and they still do sometimes. But anyway, for 2D sprite work, like a game like BlazBlue or something, you have to reanimate the fucking sprite every goddamn time it moves in any way, right? And so you have to keep drawing it over and over and over and over, and it ends up being way more work. Like if you have a really detailed 2D model in like BlazBlue, right, something like that, or Skullgirls or whatever, that generally will take like 6 months plus of work. Sometimes even more than that, right? It's pretty brutal. With the 3D model, it's normally not nearly as bad, right? So the base work is much harder on a 3D model, but once it's done, it's so much easier to do stuff with it. So it kind of depends on what kind of sprite work that you're talking about. But anyway, so I get it though for Genshin that I'm not expecting them to have like 100 character models, right? Like that would be a lot of money. Like that is a lot of time and money. But Jesus, they could have more than like the 3 per gender that they have, right? They should have, by this point, the game's been out for like, you know, a year and a half or something. They've made just an outrageous amount of money. They should have at least 10 character models for each gender, like at least. And I think that's a pretty reasonable ask at this point, but they haven't really shown any interest in creating even a single new character model. I don't think they have actually, which is, I mean, just fucking ridiculous. And like, what I really don't like is they don't make that many new animations, even though they're using the same model, right? They normally will make new attack animations and new skill animations, and that's it. You know, they're jumping, they're running, they're falling. All those animations are always exactly the same, and it's just so lazy. Caligula has an okay amount of sprite work done. He's got like more sprite work done than a lot of other low stars do, but he still only has like 2 or 3 torsos and like 2 shoulders and like 2 or 3 arms, right? They didn't do that much. However, if you actually look at a lot of the character sheets for some of these characters, they don't have anything. Like a lot of characters have like 2 chests and like 2 or 3 hands. And only 1 arm and 1 leg. Like, it's actually surprising how many characters are like that these days. Like, if you look at Ku's animation update was one of the earliest ones that they did, right? So it's not very fancy or anything. You know, they weren't as good and stuff. But if you look at Ku's animation update regardless, they still reanimated his body parts a lot. He's got like 3 legs, 3 arms, you know, 2 chests, 2 heads, I think. Because there's one from like the back and stuff, and that's pretty rare these days. They don't really draw the head from multiple angles a lot anymore. So Ku actually has more animation done than most characters do now. Where nowadays, I mean, most of the characters only have 1 leg and sometimes 2 arms. They do generally make 2 torsos because it's almost impossible to do anything with attack animations if you only have 1 torso. So most characters do at least get 2 torsos, but yeah, it's surprising just how many characters they don't reanimate like their legs ever. Like just ever. Like Canis, if you look, her back leg never changes ever. Like ever. It's always in the exact same position. You know, they use paper mache on it. It's kind of messed up. Yeah, actually, most foreigners actually have pretty bad animations. They have like particle effects, but that's different. That's not actual animation. Like the generally just have the character model standing there and they just like do paper mache stuff. I think people don't know what paper mache is, but like paper mache is basically when you create like a 2D puppet, right? And then you kind of create the joints, right? You kind of create like bend points at like the elbow and the knee and stuff. So you're designing the thing to be able to move, even though it's not being reanimated. And that's what FGO does a lot these days, where like they'll put a joint, area for like the legs and the arms, but it's the same arm model they're using all of the time, and they're just manipulating those joints like a puppet. And then they'll only reanimate it if they just absolutely have to. And they just don't do that a lot anymore. It sucks because they used to do it quite a bit. Like they used to reanimate stuff a lot, and it allowed. The reason why animation matters is because it allows you to have more freedom and it looks smoother, right? Yeah. So I looked up Scath's character sheet. Actually, let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Let me see if I can find her character sheet. Let me see here. Lancers. And so Scath got an animation update, and I'd always said that they just didn't put any effort into it. And a lot of our attack animations were them trying to make it look fancy without them actually doing work. And here, this will show it pretty clearly. Hopefully they still have the sheet, because like right now you can get the sheet off of Atlas DB, but only when it's like bugged. Like they will display like the sheet on accident sometimes. Okay. Yep, there it is. Okay, let me move this over. This is just sad. Oh my god, this is just sad. And because some characters, when you look at their sheet, they have like bunches of arms, bunches of legs, got their head from the front and the back, right? Okay. I need to have like a tab in my OBS that's just like designed for showing like what's in a browser or something. That would make it a lot easier for me to switch over, but I don't really have that. Okay, there we go. That is all of Scath's work. That's all of it, right? Like that is. I mean, look at this shit. She has one sprite and then one alternate chest, and then she has a lot of hands, right? But that's it. And like no elbow, just a little bit of like I guess forearm, but that's it. I mean that is fucking ridiculous, and that's why if you look at her attack animations, she's not really doing a lot of like fluid stuff. It's a lot of particle effects and just kind of like static, jump animations and stuff, because they don't have anything. They can't even show her head from the back, right? Like they literally have for Ku, whose animations were made like fucking 6 years ago, right? Ku's got like 3 legs, 2 heads, like 3 chests, like 3 arms, like way more. Now obviously back then they didn't do a lot with their rigging and stuff. But like this is just, I will say though, Scath is like an extreme example. Well actually it's not that extreme anymore. That's the thing. I've actually noticed a lot of the characters are like this now, where they have like 2 chests and maybe like 1 other arm and some hands, and that's it. Like they've been doing this a lot recently. But I really do think it's because of all the drama with DW and the company switching over and them talking about the workflow. Because like they should have said that the issues was like from their workflow is terrible. So of course if your workflow is terrible, you're going to cut corners with these kinds of things. So oh yeah, I don't know if they have Boudica's. I'll check, but I think Boudica's pretty much the same thing. The thing with Boudica is not only does she have very little like that, but they don't even use it very well, right? It's so stiff. All right, let me check if they've got Boudica. They don't even have all of her ascensions on here. They only have 1 of her ascensions. Yeah, they have stage 3, and that's it. I don't think they have a sprite sheet, but actually, I'm not sure she has one. What the page that normally shows it, I don't think she has one. I think this actually is her sprite sheet. I don't think this is just the website not having it. I think this is... Hold on, let me show it here. I think this is literally all there is. That's not the right... There we go. I think this is it. I don't think this is the website not having it. I think this is it. No, I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure she does have one chest. I looked at her animations pretty carefully when she came out, and she does have one where it's like her chest from the side, like her shoulder, and not her chest, like her shoulder, I think, from the side. And then she, I would think she at least has one alternate hand. But I know she has no alternate legs and no alternate head and stuff. I do know that. And I don't know, she might not have any alternate hands, actually. You know what? Let's use Boudica. Let's use Boudica real quick and see. But yeah, I'm pretty sure she has one alternate chest, so I think the website there is just missing that. Well, yeah, Boudica is probably the absolute most extreme example. I think she has like the worst out of like modern servants. I think she has got it the absolute worst. Because they basically did not animate her at all, right? It's just paper mache, and then the paper mache is not even good, right? Like, it's bad enough to just do paper mache like that, but then they did a really bad job with it, so that's pretty yikes. Oh, hey Saber Nero, what's up, man? We've kind of already looked at all the good stuff, unfortunately. Oh, we can go back and fight the Beastie Boy, though. We can do that in a second. Alright, let's bust out Boudica. We'll go in slow-mo and see if she... I know they do the chest, but I'm curious if she has any alternate hands. And that's an incredibly low bar, but I actually have a bit of a suspicion that she might not have any alternate hands at all. Also, in before she can't solo this, even though she's counterclassing. I would really hope that she could solo a low-level caster node. Oh, George is bad here. Although I don't think anything is going to be particularly good because these guys aren't going to hit very hard. Go with default. Boudica's extra attack is actually funny with how bad it is. What's really funny though is Boudica is more popular than Caligula. Now, that may not be true anymore because of Caligula's animation update and how good his voice actor is and everything. But when Caligula and Boudica got their animation updates at the same time, they were added to the game at the same time. That doesn't necessarily mean they were made at the same time behind the scenes, but they were added to the game at the same time. And at the time, I mean, Boudica is back then was way more popular than Caligula, and she's still decently popular. I mean, she's a 3-star waifu, so of course people like her. Where Caligula had like 2 fans, right? Now he has more fans now because of his animation update. But they had way more incentive to actually put effort into Boudica than Caligula, but they did way better with Caligula. But my guess has always been that Caligula's animation update was supposed to be in Lost Belt 5.1 because he's in Lost Belt 5.1 a good bit, and he's in like the anime intro and all that kind of stuff. I think they were trying to get it in for 5.1 and they didn't finish it in time, and so they just didn't. And because of that, though, the total time they worked on it was greater, right? So they put a chunk of time into it, and they're like, oh, hey, we're not going to meet the deadline. So then they put it to the side, and then they revisited it later, and then they put it out with like Boudica, where Boudica probably only got worked on just that one time with Caligula there. So I think Caligula had more time in the oven, and I think that's why his are way better. Okay, let's see here. Nah, I don't need to do that. Alright, we'll just go in slow-mo here. Yeah, see, look, you can see what I'm saying. Nothing is being reanimated. That's all paper mache, and I did not see her hand change at all there. I have a feeling she has one hand, and that's it. Boudica is probably never going to get a second animation update. You have to be pretty popular for that to happen. And most of the ones that do get a second animation update, their original animation update was pretty old, right? So like Ku, Medusa, Medea, or Emiya, those probably will see a second animation update someday. But the ones more recent, probably not. Oh, I timed out the wrong person earlier, excuse me. We friendly fired somebody. Yeah, I'm fixing it. Hold on. There you go. No, no, that didn't... Why did that not... I'm spelling their name correctly. Nope, it made me time them out again. Excuse, what the fuck? I don't understand. Let's see. Well, I apologize to, was it Austin Darkfire? You've been double timed out and you didn't actually deserve it. My apologies. Normally if you just, I'm pretty sure if you time out again, it undoes it, but it re-times them out, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I timed them out for 1 second, so that should... Oh, I see, so that's why Cairo fixed it, and then I typed it in so that it re-timed them out. I see. I saved him. I think he's fine now, though, because I timed him out for 1 second, so I think it's fine. Abuse of power, yeah, a little bit. My apologies. Yeah, I was wondering why it said I timed him out again, but it's because while I was doing it, I think Cairo fixed it. Yeah, he came out of the jail and then got thrown right back in. Okay. Oh my god, dude. So bad. I don't think, I'm checking her hands. I don't think they ever reanimate her hands. We'll see, maybe in her NP or something. Honestly, he might have just left because he got timed out randomly. He's like, "Oh, fuck this." So I don't know if he's still here. But all right, let's see the NP and see if he reanimate anything. Oh, did he say something? I didn't see it. Yeah, no, I don't think they reanimate her hands in chat. I'm pretty sure they just yeah, no, look at that. Oh my god, dude. That is the worst. This is the absolute worst animation update ever. Yeah, you can see when she charges right there, or not right there, but when she charged in, she does have a different shoulder sprite. So as far as I can tell, the only thing they ever did was give her a second like chest and shoulder. That's it. There's nothing else. No, maybe the head, maybe there's a shot from the back. But it doesn't seem like it. Where, like, yeah, if you look at Ku, fucking, you know, a billion years ago, he has like many angles for his, even his legs, for God's sakes. Like, he actually never shot from his legs from the back, which they don't ever do that anymore. Jesus Christ, dude. I don't think she has any alternate hands, and that's like normally the one thing they're willing to do. And Codmaster, thank you for the 22 months, dude. That is a long time. Yeah, this is a travesty. Let me work in a quick animation here. Yeah, I do think she's gonna solo the node. And see, the issue, so I remember somebody, when I made her animation update video, I'd expressed that it's crap. And someone said, well, you know, Boudica's a more meat and potatoes kind of fighter. She shouldn't be doing, you know, a bunch of fancy twirls and stuff. And I agree. But the thing is, it's not about the idea of like her doing a charge with the shield and a slash. And that's fine. That's, you know, that's totally fine. you know, her shooting the magical beams out of the sword, that's fine. She's always been said to be able to do that. It's the implementation, right? It's how stiff the animations are and whatnot. You know, animations can be simple and it can fit the character, and that's totally fine. But yeah, she's, you know, stiff as a brick, so it's pretty silly. Do we show off Caligula? I feel like we show off Caligula. Because he came out at the exact same time, and, you know, he doesn't have, like, the most sprite work ever, but he's got way more than this. I doubt, though, I don't think they reanimate Caligula's legs any. That's so rare now. I've noticed in the last, like, I don't know, 3 years of FGO, they almost never reanimate a character's legs. And they really only do it if it's like a really, like a new 5-star. Like an animation update 5-star is not good enough. Because, you know, Scath is super popular, but, you know, they did fucking nothing for her. But I know Caligula's got a few shoulder shots, a few arm shots. And that kind of thing. And they just used what they had really well. That's a big part of it. Hi, Medea. Yeah, I guess we rainbow chain for the crit chance because she's got the crit buff. Guys, we need the heal. We're gonna totally die if I don't use that heal. And we'll do the art up second because well, the art card second because of the art up. Nope. Got one crit. Okay, I'm gonna have to unironically NP just to make sure I don't die. These do have 40k HP, so... I bet you though Emiya is absolutely getting an animation update again. Now, it might not happen anytime soon because God knows when they're gonna have like the time and the budget and then like when he's relevant again in the story, etc, but I do think someday he's gonna get it. He's popular enough and he's got one of the older animation updates, so I think he's a prime candidate for getting a double. Dude, that backflip is atrocious. I actually think Scath's animations sucked back in the day, and I think these suck now. I think she's always been like... She's supposed to be like this, you know, like really knowledgeable teacher and everything, and yet she doesn't do any like spear techniques. She just fires spears like Gate of Babylon. Like, and then she just twirls it. It's just so fucking boring. Like, you can do so much more with spear attack animations. And we don't get any of that. For God's sakes, the class card Lancers got the cool, like, flurry spear attack. Where, you know, they don't do a whole lot of that with, like, Ku or Scath. Like, Scath is just constantly, like, spinning the lance like a wheel, which just looks stupid, and then just firing it off like Gate of Babylon. That's, like, what she does 90% of the time, and it's like, that is such a... That's such a wasted opportunity. Alright, let's, I guess these are all level 70, so we'll do, I guess we'll do the Assassin one. No, we'll do the Caster one, just because, you get more NP gain on Casters, so. Okay, I have my own Caligula. It's not the best one ever, but I don't think we're gonna have any better ones slotted right now. Gotta make Cap'n proud here. Could give him command codes real quick. Just because we are a berserker, gotta be a little bit careful. Probably a good idea. Did I grail him to 90? I know I grailed him to 85, and I was gonna grail him to 90, but I don't know if I... Oh yeah, I did. Okay, I thought so, but I wasn't 100% sure. Let me go give him command codes. Get those, crits and whatnot. I actually might grail him to 100 at some point. Like, his voice actor and everything is just so good that, like, why not? And his gameplay is really fun, too. Wait, where is he? Oh, there he is in the corner. My microphone pop filter was covering the corner of the screen a little bit there. Okay, we're not gonna need too much extra damage. We actually kind of just need to not die. So, maybe heal boost. And heal on Buster. Yeah, actually, Scat's animation update was just so disappointing to me because, you know, her original animations were pretty boring, but they were so old that you kind of expected it. Like, oh yeah, they could fix it the animation update, and they pretty much just gave her the same animations with more particle effects. And I was just like, really? Wait, did I do the heal boost or the heal? I wasn't paying attention. Did the heal boost, okay. I hate this UI so much. Probably do at least 1 damage comp. Or, you know what? Actually, let's do Star Bomb on Buster. Yeah, fuck it. And then do another Star Bomb on Quick, and then, like, I guess Merlin on Art, so we do, like, 1 Rainbow Chain to get our NP. And that's that. They'll probably do an Enkidu animation update eventually, especially if they ever did, like, a Fate Strange Fake collab down the road, or something with the anime. Then they probably do it. Enkidu's animations are fine, like they look totally fine, and the sprite quality is fine, there's no issue there. It's just, they're not really doing anything, right? Like, that's because Enkidu wasn't like as detailed back then, and they didn't want to accidentally have him do something that like broke the lore or whatnot. They didn't want to step on Strange Fake's toes, right? So they played it really safe. So obviously, if it gets an animation update, they could potentially do a lot more with that. Alright, so yeah, again, this animation update came out the same day as Boudica's. Chat, I want to look real quick. I bet you, because I made a video for Boudica and Caligula, I think on the same day. I bet you Caligula's has way more views. Let's take a look here. Alright, Caligula's animation update, yes, has 108,000, and then Boudica, I bet you is gonna have like fucking nothing. Okay, actually, okay, she does have less, but I'm surprised. Boudica actually has 64,000. I'm actually surprised by that because I posted the video late, I'm pretty sure, right? Whenever you post a video late, they always get less views. And her animation update is just not that good. But my explanation for that is simply because people like Boudica and they were interested in seeing, you know, her animation update. And even though my video was late, you know, some people just watch it from me anyway. So that's probably why. But Boudica still lost to Caligula there. But she did do better than I thought. Let's see. Do I want to whiff the heal? I don't think so, because I don't think I need it. I think I just Rainbow Chain and smack the one. Damn it. If they could have crit there, they would have killed George. So I know this guy has at least 2 attacks per turn, so I'll keep him alive. Yeah, you can see right there, they clearly have more than one sprite for his chest, but like one alternate chest is pretty common. I know they have a few alternate arms though, because when he does the punch flurry, it's not in this position, so they absolutely have some alternate arms, which they don't for Boudica. But I doubt they reanimate his legs. They might when he does the twirl, but I think they just mirror it. I don't think they do anything too fancy. Now if I can keep this guy alive, he will... Let's see, I could do Caligula's NP, and if I skill seal him, he'll have to double attack. Here we go. This is such a terrible use of my NP, but I want to get rid of my taunt, so... I've tried Grand Blue a little bit, but not enough to have any opinion on it. I just don't have like the time to play it. It has a lot more like grinding and stuff than a lot of other games, from what I've seen. I've heard it's got good boss fights and stuff, Yeah, I can see he has an alternate hand and a forearm and stuff when he did that. So he definitely has more than Boudica. But yeah, I played it a little bit. I think I played it like during their anniversary. They were giving out like it was crazy. They gave out like 1 billion tin rolls. Like, I never played the game before, and they just gave you like every day they give you multiple tin rolls. So I have like a huge roster in that game, even though I've barely played it. But I never made it far enough into the game to get to like challenging content. I kind of hated its equipment UI. That was kind of awful. But it had some. I loved some of the character art. Like some of the character designs are super cool. There was a lot of characters that I liked. But yeah, the early gameplay was really boring, like Cairo said. That's how I felt. So I never made it to the hard content. But I have heard it has some pretty nutty boss fights that get really hard. But I don't have 500 hours to put into the game to get to that point. That's the thing. Might as well Rainbow Chain here. Yeah, he's got an alternate arm there. I'm trying to see if he ever has an alternate head. I don't think so. I noticed that like a lot of more recent characters, they don't do legs and head much, where back in the day they did. Okay, I think I do a Rainbow Chain again. Go for stars though. No, we'll do the heal boost actually, and still stars, but. No star bomb. I want to do a Buster Chain because you've got some cool attacks you really only see that way. But I haven't had a reason to do a Buster Chain. Why did I not bring Anniversary Blonde? We could have done the big crit bomb turn. That's really fun on him. We're bullying Nobus right now. Oh, I should have given him buff success chance. 80% is so much better than 60. Allegedly, anyway. I go for stars again. I'm kind of just doing the same attack, so I should really mix up my attacks, but it doesn't matter to do that combo right now. I'll do BBBs here just to show it. Well, I don't know. We might need to be careful because we actually could die. We didn't bring a very good setup. We don't have like a Guts CE, etc, etc. So I need a heal boost and heal. I could do Buster. I should do Buster quick, but we'll do Buster. I wanna see it. There we go. Yeah, I've heard a lot of Grand Blue Fantasy music. It's really good. Character designs are good. And I respect the developer a lot. I've followed them and I've seen, like, they're the opposite of Type Moon. Type Moon always, like, partners with really, like, cheap developers and stuff like that. And makes really shovelware games like Fate Extella Link. I'm sorry, even if you like Fate Extella Link, it's shovelware. I mean, it's very low quality in terms of, like, you know, the writing and like the gameplay. Even for a Dynasty Warriors game, it is so shallow. I mean, if you look at the other Dynasty Warriors style games out there, they are so much better. They're way more fleshed out. And you know, fucking the extra remake is just paper, rock, scissors again, for God's sakes. And FGO, when it first came out, was even like designed to be shovelware. Where the devs for Grand Blue Fantasy, they have put a lot more effort into making like quality stuff. Like they're making like a kind of a God Eater / Monster Hunter style game in their universe, and they're putting like loads of effort into it, and it actually looks quite good. You know, they made a fighting game, and it was a fully fleshed out fighting game and stuff. Like they've tried to like really like use their brand well to like grow it. Where Time Moon kind of takes advantage of already having a big brand to just sell shovelware to fans of the IP, right? Very different approach. Like, you know, Extella Link can be kind of cool to see the characters you like, you're doing fancy attack animations and all that, but it's a terrible game. Like, it is awful combat, and it's very floaty, and there's no depth to anything. I mean, again, even for a Dynasty Warriors game, it is shallow. And that is saying something because that's a pretty shallow genre most of the time. But you compare it to other ones out there, it's not very good. Let's see. Alright, let's try to go absolutely ballistic here. Alright, 60%, let's go. Damn it. Man, and I could have just brought the Buster Says Chance command code and used it last turn, because I was kind of free to do whatever I wanted last turn. I'll NP next turn. I think we'll just go for the BBB here. Alright, can we send Medea to the afterlife? Gonna need at least one crit. Actually, we might not because of our extra attack. Okay, well there we go. We're good. Alright, we should win now. If she lived, we'd have a problem, but we should be alright. So I can evade here. And I'll NP so they can't cast the skill. I'll rainbow with it. Actually, we are still pushing it a little bit close, but now I could try to target switch here. I could do like Buster, NP, quick, and then we get to 20%, so it'd be a 70% crit, and if it did crit, it'd probably kill this guy. But I think we just make sure we kill this guy. I mean, really, we don't even need the NP. I could just BBB twice and we win. I kind of want to NP, though, just to NP because it looks awesome. But this is kind of risky, because yeah, BBB 2 times in a row, I think is actually the correct play. The original extra game is absolutely horrible. That is a travesty to video games. You are literally playing paper, rock, scissors, and then grinding. You literally have to grind in that game like so much, and you're grinding by playing paper, rock, scissors against random trash mobs that have nothing to do with the game. Like, that original Fate Extra is so bad. That's why they're remaking it, but they don't seem to be making it that much better because it's paper, rock, scissors again. Yeah, FGO's got some good boss fights, and that was like by pure chance. But in the early days, they didn't have those good boss design, but they had the core gameplay that could work with it, and it's just a coincidence. Absolutely, just an accident. Okay, probably should have put it in speed mode there, but like getting the W, and also looking way more stylish than Boudica. There's no reason to even play Fate Extra. It's like you should just read it. The gameplay is nothing, right? Like there's no reason for it to be a video game. It should just be a book or a comic or a visual novel or whatever. There's no substance to the gameplay whatsoever. And actually, the gameplay gets in the way where you have to grind at certain points and stuff to like do more of the story, and the grinding is so boring. I mean, it's such a bad video game. And I think the remake probably will cut out the grinding and stuff, but I don't think it'll be much better. It still looks like just glorified paper, rock, scissors, so not ideal. Okay, I'd like to try out the new units in like an actual team, like against Lobo or something, but we don't have any of them that are at 10-10-10, so it's not really fair to try them out yet. It's kind of unfortunate. Might just use something at random here. Maybe save Lobo for tomorrow. The FGO probably is the best Fate game, although it's, you know, a little hit and miss in some areas, but it does have some good boss fights. Now, yeah, we're talking about Tristan earlier, but this would be overkill because he's counterclassing. Oh, you know what? Hold on. If we're gonna dick around a bit, let's go fight the wolf guy again. We never really flushed that out, and I'm actually really curious about like Baldy and Percival and stuff. I'm glad that Ku beat it in one try when he had horrible RNG, so, you know, my boy not failing, but, I actually haven't won with Baldy yet, but I think we can do it. There we go, okay, this is back on the Herc account. Yeah, the wolf does have a story sprite. And it's actually, like, I'll show it when when we beat the stage for real, because we keep canceling the app, but you see it immediately after the boss fight, so I'll show it. Okay, let's see up here. If Cairo has logged in at all recently here. Can use Percival in the meantime if we can't get Baldy. Probably you should give him command codes. I mean, everyone we've used on this boss has been like, you know, set up properly. Oh, there we go. And so far, I've actually, for Lancers, I've only beat this with Ku and Proto-Ku. It was possible, though, with Lancer Artoria, though, extreme RNG, where Ku could beat it with bad RNG, so that was impressive. But I'm quite sure Baldy can do it, we just haven't yet. Kinda doubt that Diarmid could do it, he was pretty far off. Okay, we have 2 quick cards, so we definitely do the Sergeant here. Unlimited codes is an absolute travesty of a video game, and like, anyone says otherwise just has no standards. I'm sorry, it's like, it has a bunch of infinite combos that are obviously not supposed to be in the game. You cannot have a game with infinite combos and also be a good fighting game. You can't do that, right? There are so many broken things in that game. It clearly was unfinished and unpolished. And you got somewhere between Gilgamesh loop spamming with his stupid scythe thing and fucking Luvia grab looping for infinity. Like, seriously, like, actual gameplay in that game is Luvia grabbing you for like 40 minutes until you die. It's like, oh wow, what? That's not a good game. That's not. That is objectively a bad game. What's funny is the people that made unlimited codes made that what was it called? DNF Duel. That's the one. They made DNF Duel, and it had a lot similar problems. Now, we're not as bad as unlimited codes, and they patched it, but it had infinites and stuff, and like just dumb bugs that allowed for that kind of nonsense day one as well. That company is just really bad at that kind of thing. The thing about unlimited codes is it came out in the era where, you know, games didn't really get patches much, so they never really did anything with unlimited codes, and it's a, you know, a buggy mess where DNF Duel, I think they patched. Marvel vs. Capcom is like, the way that game is designed is like, well, the most they could ever do in a combo is kill one character, and you have 3 characters, so the shortest you could die is 3 combos. So they just don't care. Like, they literally are like, yeah, whatever. And so people, like, almost the standard, once people are good at that game, is, you know, pretty much one comboing a character, especially once you have meter and stuff. It's pretty silly. But yeah, because there's 3 characters, they can limit your ability to just completely 100-0 somebody. I almost wonder if I should do this attack buff on a turn that I'm not NPing, because it only hits the 2 cards. It's just we have double up on buffs and you know, the debuffs and everything, so it's like the potential to get really big damage. I'm surprised this one's going worse though. We got the quick thing at the start and we had the Star Gen, and now we just have like really shitty crit chance compared to the last 2 times we tried. Well, we crit anyway, so it actually worked out really well. Just get lucky when you had bad luck earlier. Let's see. I think that's a little bit ahead of where we were last time. Okay, 100% crit. I'd like to heal boost heal, but I wonder if I could kill with Buster quick. Because then, I mean, he's still a Saber, and I only have 1 stack of buffs. And there's a chance if I do a meta combo, I kill him right now, so I think we go for that. Because if we kill him now, that's actually a turn earlier than normal. I think we might have him. Yes! Okay, that's the fastest we've ever killed him. So that puts us, I think, on par for winning. I like how I say that and then I get crit in the face. Okay, and we have to NP no matter what. I don't know if I actually need to do a rainbow chain. Well, I do it if I happen to not crit. And if I rainbow chain, though, I can guarantee that this crits. But I can't guarantee that I crit if I don't. Yeah, I guess I just rainbow chain then. I'll put quick last, though, so I make more stars. Although I could have done the other quick card, because if I rainbow chain, I don't need to crit. So I could have probably done the other command code. The thing is, those aren't the only 2 options. Like that's a really bad way to put it, because you're limiting the options to basically make your point, but like that's not the actual options, because you can have a game that is balanced and fun, and you can have a game that's at least partially balanced. Like you can have broken, silly, fun nonsense, but still be at least somewhat balanced, right? Like these are, it's not a 1 or 0, right? Like, or 100 or 0, right? And if you look at the fighting games that do really catch on and do last like the test of time, they're games that have at least some semblance of balance, right? Now, they don't need to be perfectly balanced where every single character is viable, right? And that never happens anyway. No game ever is perfectly balanced because it's outrageously difficult to do that. But every fighting game that gets really big and lasts a really long time always has at least some fucking balance to it. And when you have a game that's just a completely broken mess, it's like that's generally not going to be fun for most people anyway. And then most people that defend some of those games that are outrageously broken don't play those games very seriously. And I don't even mean seriously as in like going to tournaments. I mean just like actually, you know, getting into the game and you know, playing it actively and stuff. It's kind of like the difference between someone that's, you know, playing, you know, I don't know, Elden Ring and like really understanding its systems and, you know, doing the PvP and doing the co-op and doing, you know, the bosses and all this stuff versus someone just playing through it casually one time, right? Like that's not the same thing, and that's, you know, the one person just casually plays it is not going to necessarily, you know if a game is going to, you know, hold up to the test of time or not, and that kind of thing. Because there's a reason why like Unlimited Codes is really only played by Fate fans. There's a pretty big reason for that. Like, you got people playing like Smash Brothers that don't even like Nintendo, for God's sakes. I think I just did my last turn incorrectly. So I think I need to... Fuck, that's bad. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing last turn. Well, hopefully this 90 crits. It did, and it didn't kill. Oh my god, I think we're gonna lose because I just threw last turn. And there's also a big difference between like a single player experience and a multiplayer experience. And the thing about fighting games is unlike most genres, they are overwhelmingly aimed at a multiplayer experience. That's just a fact, right? Fighting games are overwhelmingly aimed to be played with another person. Not necessarily online, you could play other people in person too, but fighting games are a multiplayer game that sometimes has single player content tacked on, right? So the judgment of what makes a good experience for a fighting game is absolutely different than what it is for like some single player RPG or whatever. And if a core component of making a fighting game enjoyable for a lot of people is at least some semblance of balance. And again, it doesn't mean every character has to be equally viable, but getting zeroed or getting 100 to zeroed by Luvia grabbing you over and over and over and over is not fun for most people. That's just what it is. Like, most people are not going to enjoy that, so it's not a good fighting game. Let's see. I guess I quick chain. Man, this sucks. I think we're gonna die just because I messed up on that one turn. Or we had like a really good start. If I don't die here, we obviously win. But we might just die right here. Oh my god. I mean, I will say it does show that Baldi is just way behind because, I mean, Ku won when Ku had some of the worst luck ever and I wasn't even trying. Where Baldi's lost 3 fucking times. And like, we normally lose because the enemies crit us a bunch like that or attack 3 times in a row and shit like that, but like... The fact that Baldi's even susceptible to this happening shows that he's behind. I did mess up on that one turn though, I could have done it. I don't know if it would have saved me, but that one turn before I tried to kill the Saber, I messed up. Like, Baldi can do this, but what sucks is though, to even have a run like that, you have to get lucky with the Saber part. Like, cause that part where you double NP, there's really no reliable way to get like guaranteed like crit damage there, because when Qinggong is still alive, you have no idea like what cards you're gonna get. I bet you Enkidu can do this. It's kind of worth trying actually, because we have used Ku, and Ku does it very easily. To be fair though, like, it's kind of okay if like Ku's a bit more upgraded than Enkidu, because Enkidu's a 5-star and Ku's a 3-star. But like, my Ku is so much more upgraded than my Enkidu. You know, my Enkidu's like NP4 and level 90, and yeah, he's 10 and 10 and all that, but like, he's just level 90, so there's a pretty big difference there. However, Ku had a good bit of wiggle room, and Ku had that atrocious luck with him like not getting his NP. Like, that really did hurt him a lot, so that'll offset the level difference some. I don't think it'll offset it entirely, but it will offset it some. Let's see. You see, like, what some people in chat that are like trying to defend unlimited codes I think are missing is, it's fine to be like, you know, this game's a broken mess, but I enjoyed it, right? That's a fair thing to say. But it's not fair to say that it's a good game, right? That you've lost your objectivity at that point. Because, you know, there's some games, here's an example. There's probably 2 people in my chat that will have played this game. There is this game, I think it's called like Zoid's Battle Legends or something like that. I can't quite remember the name, but it's a Zoid's game. And it is objectively horrible. It has frame rate issues from time to time. The voice acting is so bad you generally turn it off. There is absolutely no balance. There are super moves that don't even operate properly. Like, they'll fire too high in the air and they'll miss 90% of the like enemy units that you could fight. There's like just so much. It is objectively garbage, right? Like, it is so bad. I still enjoyed it because it was hilarious how broken it was, right? And it's mostly a single player game, and it had multiplayer, but certainly not online. And it being so bad made it like a fun experience to play with my friends and to like laugh at and just, you know, have a good time. So I enjoyed it, but it's a bad game. Like, it's absolutely, it is a bad game, right? And there's just because I had fun with it, I'm not gonna lose my objectivity and be like, you know, oh wow, this game's amazing because I had fun with it, right? That's just conflating. And at least in that game's defense, it was, you know, aimed at single player, where, you know, a fighting game is aimed at multiplayer in the first place, like 95% of the time anyway. Okay, so we are going to need heal boost, no question. That's generally really good on Enkidu because it lets him heal for 15,000, which is a little much. Where is the heal boost? Wait. I'm on the Hercules account. Why do I even have Enkidu on the Hercules account? Hold on. I have to slot it on my main and summon it. That's right. I got Enkidu on like every account ever, so it's easy to get confused there. Alright, I'm not gonna bring it up on the stream. I'll just do it on my phone here real quick. I see that happen a lot with video games. People have a hard time separating their subjective, like, taste versus, like, is this game actually designed well? Are most people going to enjoy this? Does it actually function? Does it run well, right? Things like that. Those things matter, right? And it's totally fine. Let's say you're reviewing a game, right? It's fine for you to have your subjective take. And like, you're like, oh, you know what? I don't like platformers, so I didn't really enjoy this game, even though it's a well-made platformer, right? Like, that's a fair thing to say, or the reverse of that, where I really enjoyed this game, but, you know, it's kind of, you know, cheap schlock, or it has a terrible story, or whatever, right? Like, if you're a big Fate fan and you're reviewing Extella Link, it's fine to be like, you know, as a Fate fan, I enjoy seeing the characters and, you know, seeing the attack animations and all that kind of stuff. But the game's very shallow. You know, if you're more into it for, like, gameplay, you're not going to find a deep gameplay experience here, right? And it doesn't have a very in-depth story and stuff. You know, that's a fair way to look at it. Like, yes, and that's why, like, actually, like, in a review, it's more important to talk about the game more so than put a score on it, right? Like, just slapping a score on something isn't actually useful. Or if someone tells you, yeah, I like Fate, if you like Fate, you might enjoy just seeing the characters and, you know, watching them do fancy attack animations and, you know, just turning your brain off and have some hack and slash fun. But if you're looking for a more in-depth, you know, well-made experience, you're absolutely not going to get that here. You know, it doesn't have a lot of replay value. It doesn't, you know, have a very in-depth story, right? Like, that's the information that's important. Some arbitrary number at the end doesn't, you know, tell you a damn thing. Dark Souls 2 is a mess, and I still love it. But yeah, it's like, I've talked to you a lot. You love Dark Souls 2 to death, but, you know, you're not blind to the fact that, you know, Soul Memory's a joke, and you have, like, all these, like, enemies that have a hurt box coming out before the animation starts, and, you know, all that nonsense. But Dark Souls 2 is pretty complicated because, although it has a lot of problems, it does have a lot of unique positives that you don't find in a lot of other video games. To this day, I have a hard time rating Dark Souls 2. I will say, in my own experience, I generally don't have fun playing it, because a big problem with it is, and I think Lonely would agree with me on this, if you just sit down and just boot up a new character, you're not playing New Game Plus, you're not doing a PvP character, you just sit down and start playing Dark Souls 2, the first chunk of it is so boring. Like the Forest of a Giants, the Hades Tower of Flame, right? A lot of those early zones, the enemies are just, it is so fucking boring, right? Like, the first chunk of that game, fucking Dragon Rider, it's like, oh wow, this is exciting, right? You know, the replay value at the beginning of that game, like the first few hours, is really bad, right? Now, I'll give Dark Souls 2 this, though. To this day, I still think that, like, Fume Knight and Sir Alone, and those are fucking awesome bosses, right? Now, I don't like how, like, with Sir Alone, if you're, like, trying to maybe challenge yourself and not cheese him, you want to fight him, like, legit, so you might die more. Every time you die to him, you have to run back for, like, an hour and all that. You know, that fucking sucks. But, like, Sir Alone is a great boss fight. Fume Knight is a great boss fight. The Queen with the Velstadt, that's a great boss fight, right? So the DLC bosses are excellent, right? They are excellent bosses, and they're very fun. But it is a lot of work to get to them, right? You can't just sit down and go fight Fume Knight, right? That's a lot of work to get to that point. All right, I'm not sure what I want to give Enkidu. Let me think about this. We're gonna want his Buster card to just hit really hard. Let's see. So they're male. So yeah, we'll just give him the anti-male. 20% male damage. That's just really reliable here, in case we don't crit. Let's see. And like here's a good example for me. I can Dragon's Dogma. I fucking love that game, but there are a lot of flaws with it. And I would not objectively act like that game is like flawless, and if someone points out the flaws and say they don't like the game because of that, I'm like, yeah, that's fair, right? Like, it has huge balance issues where the game starts off kind of hard, but then like the world just doesn't scale up with as you get stronger, like, at all, and it just gets so easy. The story's kind of whatever. There's a lot of weird wonkery that's like, why is this even here? It's kind of slow in the middle. The DLC's godly, but good luck getting to it. It's very tedious trying to. There's a lot of like depth with some of the like class combos you can do, but it's so tedious actually unlocking any of that stuff, right? There's a lot of problems with Dragon's Dogma, but I still love the game to death, right? So I'll subjectively be like, oh yeah, I really like this game, but it is so flawed. Like, it is crazy flawed. I tell you what though, I am really looking forward to the sequel they're working on, and I hope it, it's good, because the first one had a lot of potential, just very rough around their edges. I tell you, one of the biggest things they need to, Dragon's Dogma was the game ever made. Yeah, absolutely. That's a appropriate use of that meme. But one of the biggest problems was definitely the world scaling, like just how you would get so much stronger and the game wouldn't. And what's so fucked up is the New Game Plus is so badly done. When you go into New Game Plus, you keep all of your strength, and the enemies gain no health, but they gain a little bit of attack. They'll do more damage, but none of the enemies gain health. None of the bosses, anything. So you get to like the final boss in New Game Plus, and you just one-shot them. It's just like, okay, like it's so bad, and there's so many problems like that. You can like mod it. You can mod the game to fix a lot of those problems, but it's a lot of work to install some of the mods that will like help out. Okay, I gotta do one more command code, and I have no idea what to put. I can just do regular heal. Could do other stuff. Yeah, I'll do regular heal. I don't know what else to go with, and we're gonna need to live for a minute, so. A game can never be perfect, but you should strive to. The striving for perfection is more important than actually obtaining it, because you can't obtain it. And that's fine, but you should try your best to do the best, right? For example, unlimited codes would be better off if Luvia couldn't take you from 100 health to 0 by just chain grabbing, right? That's just not good for the game, right? The spectacle or the funniness of it wears off pretty quickly, right? Like the short term, what do you call it? What's the word I'm thinking of? I cannot think of the word I'm trying to get here. It's like the new feeling of it wears off quickly. I don't remember the word. There's literally a word for this, but I'm trying to describe. I completely forgot. I don't know English apparently. But yeah, it wears off its welcome. Novelty, thank you. Good God, I could not remember that to save my life. Yes, the novelty of haha, Luvia can chain grab wears off pretty quickly if you're actually playing that game for more than 20 minutes. And so it's clearly not good for it. Wait a minute, I didn't actually slot in Kidu, but he might have already been slotted. Let's find out. And like, you could even have the novelty of like a chain grab thing happening and not have it do 100 to 0, right? Like if she chain grabs you a few times and she's like balanced around that where it doesn't do too much damage, etc, then that's fine, but that's not actually what we got. Okay, I do not have Enkidu slotted. I normally do, so I'm kind of surprised. Oh wait, he might be in my all slot. Yep, he's in my all slot. It's because I like too many Lancers. What is he gonna want here? He is fine with Guts, but I'm not sure this is the time for that. If that CE was level 100, actually, I would say it is. It's level 88. You know what? Let's do it. Maybe we get lucky. So he has no command codes, but it should update and give him the command codes that I gave him. Yeah, most fighting games have some kind of timed, button press to get out of a grab. And if it's a command grab, if you use it multiple times, it will get one, right? Because like a command grab is a grab you can't tech out of. And for like the 5 people that don't know, teching a grab means you click the button at the right time to cancel the grab, right? And command grabs are grabs that you can't do that, right? If you get grabbed, you get grabbed. But generally games, if you like use a command grab multiple times or use it in some bullshit kind of circumstance, it'll become techable, right? But that's not the case with Luvia. And oh my god, Luvia is not the only problem in unlimited codes. Like, it just has, like, there are so many ways you can combo for like half an hour. It's just ridiculous. Second looks really fun to me. I don't have time to play it at all because when I've seen it, it has a pretty steep learning curve. But it does look fun, and it's got some interesting nuance. I've watched it enough to be able to see that. But I don't really have time for fighting games anymore, period, let alone, you know, Tekken, so... It's a hard sell to get me to play a fighting game anymore. And not because I don't like them, I like them just fine. It's just, you know, the time. They're a high commitment, you know, a lot of time invested to get a lot out of it. And, yeah, it's just, I don't really have room for that. And I like fighting games, but they've never been, like, my favorite genre to begin with. So I don't miss them that much, so... I mean, I don't know, I do enjoy the whole, you know, the fundamentals, you know, blocking, punishing, and... you know, what's safe and not safe and all that kind of stuff. That stuff is a good time, but, you know, I think I'm gonna quick chain. That way I could maybe get an art crit if I get the art up next turn or something like that. We almost got our NP, though. That would have been amazing. But because we didn't have any starting NP, it's not, like, likely to happen. I'll tell you, a game I've thought about playing, I don't know if I'd have the time for it, but I've been watching some other streamers play it. It's called Rumbleverse. That game looks really fun, because it has a lot of the core concepts of a fighting game, albeit more simple. But it's 3D, and it's a battle royale, but it's, like, so snappy. It does not have downtime, right? The map is shrunk much faster. That game looks like a really good time. The only reason I haven't played it is because I don't know if I have time for that shit. But that game looks like a good time. Because it's like the basics of a fighting game in a 3D, you know, battle royale, and it's much shorter, so it's, you know, more action-packed and everything. I saw you in Oro stream, yeah, I mean, I'm not shy about it. I always say he's my favorite streamer, so I watch him pretty regularly. But, yeah, that game looks really fun, so... Okay, we did not get the art up. That's so tricky then. What do I do? If you get the art up, you just rainbow chain. But it's like, now if I give up on the Buster card, I'm throwing a lot of damage out the window. I think I'm gonna heal boost and Buster. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, Oro is Oroboro. He's been streaming for a long time. He started streaming in like the Justin TV days. And yeah, he's my favorite streamer. Like, there's quite a few streamers that I like, but he's definitely my favorite. Ooh boy. I might do this heal and then this heal and hold off on our big boy heal. Yeah, I think that's the play. Definitely rainbow chain now, though. I'll still put art last just because, you know, 40%, it could happen. It did not happen. That was actually really unlucky. We only got one crit. Chat, I need water. I just realized I had tea at the start of the stream, but that's it. And I haven't had water this entire time. One moment. So we're getting fucked up over here. I have returned. Chad, I better not see any shenanigans, hooligan behavior. Blue Note, what are you doing? Although this song is kind of a banger, although I am pretty sure it gets DMCA'd now, so I actually kind of need to nuke it from the playlist now that I think about it. Let's see. Yeah, I think this one is DMCA'd these days. Feels bad. What a pain in the butt. Good song though, unfortunate. Alright, let's see here. I think I evade. Also, really unfortunate that I don't have my NP right now. I think I can kill him the next time I NP. Although I don't have my damage up, so maybe I should attack him anyway. I was thinking about killing the Saber, but... Quick chain... Yeah, that seems pretty good. Like how Blue Note did not respond. Unashamed of his shenanigans. I really don't want to heal right now. Okay, I think we rainbow. I kind of want to put quick last, just to make some stars. Alright, Enkidu, show us the goods. I mean, I have had my hair buzzed since I was like, I don't know, 10, and I've always had it that way. Honestly, I think I can just wait to heal until Guts goes off. Okay, this Lancer needs to go this turn, preferably. I would like to heal boost heal though, because I could heal for 2,000 and that can definitely make a difference. But Rainbow Chain is the smart thing to do. I could heal next turn and that's fine, I think. We'll do quick last because it's guaranteed to crit. So it's what, 60, 50, 100, and then we got all three. How about that? I normally keep it pretty short. It's a little longer now just because I haven't cut it in a little while, but I generally cut it pretty short. Okay, that is the last Saber. Good use of our Buster up then. Still didn't get the art up. Guess I heal boost heal. It's fine to do quick. I mean, I don't remember the technical terms, I'm not gonna lie. I use the same setting on my clipper every time, so I don't remember what it's called, but it's really, really short. Alright. Kind of weird that, because we took out all the Sabers, like, we're not actually dying too fast now, but... Give it a minute. I can probably quick chain. Boy, and Kida's pretty interesting with the changes. Alright, chat, any other Lancers you want to see here? I'm gonna wrap up soon. I want to beat the stage just to show off the story sprite of the guy. But I have other accounts. If we have like nothing to do tomorrow, we can actually come back here and do other Lancers again. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do it now. Look at that, full HP, and we still have Guts, which means I actually should not have brought the Guts CE because it's never gonna proc. Okay, chat, does anyone believe me that Enkidu's kind of busted? Because he's level 90, and he's kind of destroying this. We actually did Dearmid earlier. He did respectable for being a 3-star Lancer, but definitely not keeping up with like Enkidu and all that. The thing is, we would have won even without the healing command code. And the other units that we've used have been using really strong stuff too. Because like, I didn't even heal until the end, and at that point it was pretty much over, and I could have just gutsed instead. Okay, well obviously we kill this guy with the NP. I mean, literally we killed him. I still have guts, and I have evade next turn. So I mean, that's like so much value left over. I don't know, it doesn't look that strong. Yeah. Now imagine if he was like level, you know, just 100, right? We got Fionn. Canis should have no problem. I don't, because she's comparable to some of the other big boys we've used, and then she's going to benefit from being AoE here. So I'm sure she's got it. They've only got so much time. Let's try Percival, just because he on paper seems really good here, but he is actually kind of lacking the punch to kill the wolf guy. So I'm not even sure he'll win. Also, he too is level 90, so not as powerful as some of the other units that we've used. Unfortunately, this stage is only worth doing on a Lancer, though. It's way too easy on, you know, even at class of neutral, it's going to be super, super easy. I kind of forgot what I had learned with Percival when it comes to rainbow chains and command codes, so just gonna wing it here. This is gonna be tough for him, just because I don't see him killing the wolf guy anytime soon. Alright, let me give him Golden Sumo, because that should be fine on him. But it's fine on everybody, because it's really good, chat. You should use it. Really unfortunate if you didn't have it. Yeah, that'd just be embarrassing if you had like a favorite character that you really wanted to show off and, you know, have them at their best, and you didn't have the option of using Golden Sumo. That'd just be terrible, chat. Traces of Christmas is good enough, leave me alone. But what about your units that are Art and Buster, though? Imagine having to level 3 craft essences that have to have an equivalent to Golden Sumo for all card types. Also like Cairo being a lurker there. Cairo, did you see that third attempt we did with Baldy? He killed the Saber a turn sooner than normal, and then he just got crit like crazy and died. You know, I would really like if Baldy had like a way to get a full turn of survivability on his own. Like, frequently casting a one-hit evade is not as good as it sounds. Which I'm sure Cairo is well aware of. Now, I can NP next turn if I do the art chain here. Actually, I could NP next turn if I just do my first skill and I do the quick. I'm at 74 because of this. I think I can do this right here. This should be fine. I think Baldy has pretty much a 50-50 win right here. The shitty thing is, though, when you can actually afford to line up your damage, you just cannot guarantee that you're going to crit. Like you can just have a bad turn the one before. And if you don't do your big damage there, you're not gonna do as much later, and that just fucking sucks. So it's like if that part goes bad, which it actually never did. The 3 times we did it, it just coincidentally never went bad. But if it does, I mean, you're so fucked.
ここに光を。ではお任せを。
Yeah, Cairo uses Baldy a lot in both team and solo settings. And then when Cairo will be telling people that he's not like, you know, he's not half as good as people seem to think, there's always someone in his chat that doesn't believe him, I swear. You know, I probably should have attacked that Saber. I would have gotten a little bit of overkill, which would be more NP game. And with, yeah, I should have, because one, killing him would be nice anyway. And then I might be at like maybe 65, maybe 70, but it still wouldn't be enough to do my first skill and get it. I don't know, you never know. Like overkill can be pretty powerful. Alright, I think I need to face tank here and just hope nothing bad happens. Make stars. I should be able to get my NP next turn no matter what. Fuck, I'll heal boost this thing though. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, that's enough. I can NP even if they don't attack me. So his non-crit does more than his crit because his crit is AoE. I might as well invulnerability because they don't have NPs. I think I do the art up because it's just worth it in the long run, even though I whip the battery. I could heal boost before the heal and get back to like full health, but I think it's better to try to loop. If the boss had a high hit count, I could probably get risky, but the boss's hit count is 1 on crit and 2 on non-crit, so it's not that great. Yeah, I like his design more than the other two characters. So. You can really tell he's not playable though. Like, the CGI on his sword is crap, and like the way his animations are, I don't see anything. Because even like with Canis, where they had her only doing the shield bash over and over, the way the shield bash was, you could kind of tell it was a more flushed out animation than that. Although I gotta tell you though, Canis does not have that good of animations. Like her sprite quality and whatnot is definitely not the best relative to when she was released. Okay, full health again. I should have brought Atlas. Getting my invulnerability again is pretty big. This probably is a bit of a reference to Elden Ring. Now, you know, obviously he's different than Blythe in many ways, but you know, the concept is very similar. I imagine that is not a coincidence. Look at all this health I have right now. Yep, definitely should have brought Anniversary Blonde though. This is what I predicted, chat. This is exactly what I said. He just wasn't gonna do any damage till the wolf guy, and we're not gonna kill him, and we're just gonna get murdered. And that is exactly what is happening right now. We've already killed all of the ads though, so that's unique. This crit does look cool though. Dude, if I had looped there, we could probably live for one more turn. Well, I can heal boost this. Hopefully I live here, but the problem is if I'm not NPing right here, I won't have enough to live another turn. I'd have to like NP here, and then again next turn if I wanted to do that. However, if he was like the level Baldy was, he would have won. But he is a 4-star, so he'd probably be more fair if he was like 100 or 110. But so at 110, I think he could do it. Because he'd have been doing more damage that whole time, and he probably would have lived one more turn. I think that would make the difference. If he was just 100, you'd be pushing it. If he was 102k foed though, that's probably enough. Yeah, 102k foe I think is enough. Like a blood particle, I think. I don't think it's supposed to be flame. It's kind of, I don't know, bloody flame or something. Alright, let's use a random lancer from our friends list. Yeah, in this fight, his name is Wolf-headed, like man or monster or whatever, but his name's been data mined, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how to pronounce it though, but it's on Atlas DB. So Canis, I'm very confident could do this. She is just, you know what? She's kind of comparable to Percival though, so let's actually show it. And I always use Zaw's. I don't get to use mine much, and Zaw's not here, so I have an excuse to use mine. So that's actually the reason I'm doing this. Alright, so Canis is what I was saying though, 102k foe. So very upgraded, but not like above and beyond, you know, like the standard, you know, hey, I like this character, because level 100 doesn't mean much anymore. It's actually really common with how many grails are out there. Oh right, I have to actually slaughter on my main, excuse me. Actually, she's already slotted, so I just have to do the command codes. Which, I tell you, I have not really... I need to sit down and actually play Canis a bunch. Chat, why don't we have story replay? If we had story replay, since they added the new combat system, I could just sit down and use Q over and over and over again until I really figure every little thing out with like the new stuff, and I could use Canis over and over and over again, right? And I want to, it's not like I don't want to play, it's just, what the fuck am I supposed to fight, right? It's stupid. But yeah, I would like to sit down and, you know, hammer out like what's the best, because the command codes are really different now since the rainbow chain and like when you rainbow chain and everything. It's kind of complicated with her too, because she wants to BBB, but rainbow chains are really helpful for her, but she also likes to do quick sometimes. You know what, I'm gonna put Star Bomb on her fucking art card. I am absolutely doing that, because if I want a rainbow chain, I'm positive I'm gonna want to have Star Gen. Yeah, that is, I'm absolutely doing that, no question.
Emotional damage.
Gambler, you just wasted 60,000 points to say that. Now, it was at an appropriate time because that is actually accurate, but, Jesus Christ. I guess Gambler just doesn't have anything else to use it on right now, so. Like, that's a lot of channel points, my guy. Alright, we want big meaty damage on our Buster cards, though. Do I want to heal, though? Do I want to heal? She might need the heal for the ads. She's not going to NP as much as Percival. I don't know, that's tough. Okay, well, definitely anti-mail on one Buster. Do I want to do heal? I'm going to try no first. We're gonna get very Star Bomby here. Yeah, we're going triple Star Bomb. And then I guess just double damage on Buster. What's another damage that's good? I mean, crit damage is fine. They're not servants. There is the anti-Saber command code. How did I forget about that? It's like the MHX one. It's just straight 20% damage. Yep. Alright, good enough. And then, I guess Golden Sumo. Zaw's always doing the forbidden name on Canis. Except that's the one that's actually named Canis something something, right? Where the other one is actually Canith. Be clear, chat. Alright, she is ready to go. It is interesting though, if, like, no joke, if you say like Canis and Canith, like, cause I'm overemphasizing the right, so I'm kind of used to doing that. But if you kind of just casually say both of their names, they are surprisingly similar. Like, if you don't really emphasize the it's easy to conflate the two. Which is why this whole thing happened. It did not update my support list. There we go. Look at these nice CEs, chat. That's some good stuff right there. Probably Atlas. This might be a time where Anniversary Blonde is worth it though, because if you just murder the wolf guy super quickly, then you start taking way less damage, so burst gets like more than it normally would. Yeah, I know, her health and attack are equal. I think the game just crashed. So it didn't crash at all on my phone. Even the people were saying the Berserker was making problems. She didn't. No problems. Like everything was fine. But on emulator, we're crashing a fair bit. Also, I just restarted the game and okay, no, it didn't crash again. It was stuck on the black screen for quite a while though. Oh yeah, I guess NA they got Nobukatsu and Himiko and all that. I really don't like that GUDA event that much. It was kind of a boring one, gameplay-wise. So far, this one's not very good. I mean, this one stage is like kind of okay, but this is literally the only stage that was available today. Yeah, Saito Hajima, if you say his name, he is really cool. And you know, I don't mind them adding Nobukatsu and stuff. It's just like the event just wasn't very fun. Yeah, I guess he has like red black flame, and they've got like just straight blood. So I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty flamey. Chad, I hope they're debating us and wanting us to think he's an NPC and then he's not. But what I actually think might happen is like we get like he gets like uncursed or some shit, you know, something happens and he's not a wolf anymore, and that's playable, right? That's the kind of bullshit I could totally see them doing. Okay, I'm gonna hit this guy once because I think it might be enough to get him killed when I NP. Although Candace hits so much harder, she might be able to kill it without doing that. But I mean, this one attack isn't going to be that useful anyway. Okay, well, fuck you, game. That kind of ruined everything. I'm just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Oh no! Chat, the game is so unstable right now with this patch. It's just... sometimes it just boots you out of the stage. It's really messed up because it takes the AP from you. Also, if they made him playable, I think they would change his class because the other guy is a Saber and they like try to find reasons to not spam the same class. And the few times that they do, it normally does seem to affect their sales some, so... I wish, chat, am I the only one? I wish what they would start doing is just adding like this giant stockpile of NPCs. Instead of adding a bunch of new characters, right? Can we just get like Shimbata, Maxwell's Demon, and you know the pink-haired guy and the caster dude? And all, like, can we just like do that instead of keep inventing new characters? Like fuck. And I don't mean for other events, but for like GUDAGUDA, right? Like I think there's just so many NPCs that people want, and like they keep making up new characters that get forgotten about so quickly. It's just like, who cares? Well, we got a better opening hand this time, I suppose. I don't know if it'll make too much of a difference with her, though. Got the battery and everything, so... Well, that guy's definitely dead. I probably should have just hit the middle one. I guess I could NP right now, but that's only worth doing if I get, like, the perfect hand. I mean, that's pretty good. Okay, well, I know I'm doing this. Boy, chat, look at his idle animation. He is not playable, at least not in that form. There's no way this is even an ascension stage. Like, I mean, look at this guy. Like, he is just blinking, and that is it. Like, there's more happening with the werewolf trash mobs. What do I do here? So I think I do this, even though I'm gonna whiff most of it, just so, and I'm not gonna NP. I'm just gonna do this, but that way I have a lot of stars to work with next turn. Wait a minute, I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. I don't mind whipping the attack up, and I don't mind whipping the NP gain. I mind whipping the attack down. Like, that's a 30% attack down for one turn. That's fairly significant, so I don't know if that was a good call there. Okay, well, we have a lot of damage. 90-90. Chat, don't... Oh my god. Come on. That's 10%. It's 10% for failure, right? That's 9 times out of 10 that it works out for us. Well, not when you do it twice, though, but... Okay. No! Why? Oh my god, dude. And that was the one in 3rd place. I hate everything. Oh my god. And I even min-max star gen. I whiffed the skill early in order to make more stars. God damn, we had crit up and double. Oh my god, dude. What a catastrophe. Alright, now we rainbow chain. I'm fucking bad now, dude. Alright, we'll do that. It's actually bad that we have crit down because if he normal attacks, it's more damage. The damage is almost the same though. The crit is AoE, but that doesn't matter in a solo. What do I do? Okay, chat knows on that one. Alright, oh hi Zaw. How you doing? I think I need to kill this guy. Focus on star gen for the most part. I'm throwing a lot of damage away there, but I think it's better. That way my next NP can potentially take out all 3. Okay. This might be a rainbow chain moment because we don't have like Buster up or anything or attack up. So, and our crit chance is kind of shitty. Yeah, I don't know, the Buster chain gives you that extra 20% and all that, but nah, I think we still, I think we do this. Like, not critting would just be so devastating, especially when we get the crit up buff here. Kaina's definitely got more interesting with rainbow chains. It's not clear cut when she uses them and that kind of thing. Come on, come on. Well, at least he has the attack down. Yeah, honestly, the attack down with our damage cut's really good. The thing is, if we had killed him, we'd still have our damage cut. Although, I'm not worried about that guy, actually. Okay, chat, I think we'll win the stage, because I need to wrap up here in a minute. And I do want to show off the story sprite for this guy. So I think we'll let Canis get the W here. That I'm pretty confident he can kill on this turn. Well, I mean, she definitely won. I think we could have maybe been a bit... If we had landed that 90% crit earlier and stuff like that, she could have won with more value left over, but that was still really solid. I'm not really gonna play this event though on the Herc account. I figure I'll stream it on the regular alt for most days, unless I need to make a video or something. Yep, there it is, boys. Why can't we have this? And why can't we have Shimbata? Because he even had 2 stages, for fuck's sakes. Yeah, he really is very Blythe-esque. Huh, that's new. I don't think they've... Normally they would use like a more generic sprite for them. I think they've made that recently. You know, chat, now that they've made a sprite for them in the story, they should, like, I don't know, redo the early stories and, like, cut out the filler and, you know, and you could use this and put it in the old stories and stuff if you have to use it for anything, like, shit. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's new. Certainly didn't exist back in Oceanus or any of that. Did he just goop teleport out? I feel like he just had like a goop teleport. I like how they just use that Nobu now instead of the original Nobu. That's messed up. I really think they basically saw like stage 1 of Avenger Nobu as the animation update for Archer Nobu. Maybe they'll like update Archer Nobu with Redline. Nothing like opening the stream and see your favorite miss 90% crit. I'm doing fine work getting to... Oh, getting ready for exams. Exams are delayed to next week. Few days to be free. Nice, nice. I apologize if you're getting here so late in the stream. We had some pretty animated stuff earlier, but I'm kind of winding down now. Hey, do your best, man. I'll do a bonus stream tonight, though. I think I'll take a break, get dinner, that kind of thing. And then, either Arknights or SD Gundam, I guess. What do you want to see, chat? I wouldn't mind doing some more of the roguelike and work on Ending 3, because we've only ever tried it twice. Wouldn't hate, going for that again. Both? If I had more time, I would do both. Oh, that's that one guy from 2 years ago now, who also is not playable. I saw that big Nobu sprite. Nice hat. Yeah, looking like people want some Arknights, that's fine. Chat, can I just clone myself and have my clone like fully dedicated to making Gundam content, right? That way, let's make a new fan base over there for Gundam stuff, right? But I don't got time to like keep up with everything. It sucks. I'll probably be able to build like some degree of a Gundam channel once they bring out that mobile game if it's actually good. We'll see. Like Battle Op 2. Yeah, Green 2, guys. Did they make Medusa a bonus servant in this event? I know they normally do, but I didn't actually look. Yes, yeah, I figured. Alright lads, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna get some dinner, and then I will be back with some Arknights. See if we can get that Ending 3 going. Alright lads, I will, it might take a little bit longer because I need to do like one thing in real life real quick. Might take like 10 minutes. So it might be like 30 minutes or so before I actually am streaming Arknights, which I do apologize, but it might take just a little bit. But yeah, we'll do some Arknights. For people that are just here for FGO, thank you for hanging out. I will stream this tomorrow, right? We'll see what the main story has got in store for us. And yeah, take care, everybody.